I know that nothing will ever get addressed. I know that anything that is against his image, as it should, is going to be denied.
Okay.
So it's not like if I do wrong, like I really fucked up and I did wrong, I'm gonna say like, okay, I fucked up. Like it's irrelevant. I mean, if you pay attention to, I mean, because I haven't been with Capone since we've split ways. I mean, some of the stories sound the same. Everybody's pretty much saying the same shit, and
Okay.
nothing's ever been directly
I
addressed.
can and I
So
can
I
I
don't feel
can
the need to be a part of the bunch. It
Okay,
doesn't.
and I
It's
feel that,
irrelevant.
and I can read between the lines, and I also, not only can I read between the lines, I also understand that you're saying, regardless if you gave an answer to that, the truth would never come out from the main individuals that are involved with the question that's being presented. So there would be no point for you to do that. But I can also read between the lines, so I understand that. Do
Thank
you
you.
what is your relationship currently? Because you said that you guys just kind of had a spat, and this happened with Korea, but this is the third time happening with Korea. So if I may, since
I've told this story many times on my own platform, but just long story short, when I left him, Armani and I remained contact because she maintained living in the home that I left. And so we kept in touch for that reason. And then over a course of time, we kept in touch. We kind of helped each other in times of needs. And then Capone came home and I kind of kept in touch with them. So ever since I've left, I've never really completely cut ties and they've never really completely cut ties with me. So we've maintained cut ties with me. So I've seen them several times. I've even gone back to live with them, but not in a we're in a relationship type of way. We've actually addressed that publicly more than once on social media where we agreed that he would use my image as part of his poly family, but I was never part of a poly family. That wasn't what I was there for. And then so recently when I went out there, it was to celebrate, the dinner or whatever. And then because I was also going to be returning to Vigo, so we wanted to announce that as well. And that's where I met Yetta and Korea for the first time. So that's kind of like how it was. So I mean, we're not talking right now because of whatever happened between us and his life. And I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, to me, it's no real beef or tension on my end because I don't know, I just move different and my perspective is always unique. I don't tend to have the same perspective as other people.
yeah.
So I'm really usually not the person. I'm more of a settle, like move past it, move on,
My
be a
question
grown up about it.
So my question to you is, seeming as if you have your own image, perspective, love yourself, things of that nature, and even with the answer to the question before of, whether you say yes or no, the truth won't come out. Knowing all of these things and knowing with his character and what he's shown with these women and some of the women you even said yourself like or whatever, why continue to engage with him in that way, shape, or form if you seem like you have moved past and been, someone of a stature? Why even give him the opportunity to use you for that platform for his poly thing? And you've seen, I'm sure, you're not irrelevant to some of the interactions you have with Yetta and some of the other women that haven't gone so well. So what benefit would you get? Because you seem as if you have your own complete thing going on. So if
Mm-hmm.
besides Korea, what profit would you have with engaging with him? You're not having sex with him, and there's no, him using your image and stuff. It seems as if you making your return and stuff like that, but you have a million things going on yourself. So, knowing what you know or seeing what you see, would you benefit from still interacting with him in that manner, like physically there?
Yeah, there's always a method behind the madness. Just as he's promoting himself, because that's really what it is. Well, from the beginning, that's what it was. That's what I have my own business. I want people to come support me and what I do that has nothing to do with polygamy or anything like that.
I think she froze. Did she freeze? What happened? Child, TKO's hacking into the back system, child.
Okay, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Awkward. But
Was that
I
him
forgot.
calling?
No, I didn't get a call.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so I mean, I he's promoting himself, I'm promoting myself, and it's not like I'm sitting on his platform like, yeah, join his shit, or I'm not advocating for him. I'm not like, nothing like that. I just be present. And mind you, he was there for me when I was in a time of need, even after I left him, just as I was there for him and Armani in their time of need. So I mean, we just kind of been present in each other's lives, but secretively behind doors. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I mean, we just use each other's. Well, we use each other's image, but it's not like I'm like, yeah, join the poly life and be a part of his team or his family or anything like that. I come in, I do my part, or I show my personality, and that's it. I still stay in my own lane. I still stay to myself. I do have my own things going on. When you watch my shit, it's about me and what I think and what I like. It's not about TKO
Okay.
and
Well,
everybody else.
well. Lastly, a lot of people are saying when you guys were having your relationship and things of that nature that there was something where your mother got him locked up or something.
I'm so tired of that story. She just long story short, he wanted me to tell her something. She okay, because anyways, he wanted me to tell my mom, like, stop reaching out to Armani's family and telling Armani's family about, you know, whatever she does. And I told him it's not good to tell her that because you don't know my mom. She's like the worst type of person. She will destroy your whole life. Like that's the type of person she is. And he was adamant that I do it. And he don't know. He don't know like I know. If that's what you want me to do, then let's do it. Let's see where it gets us.
Hmm.
So I did it. And then he was locked up like 2 days later. But it wasn't because she put him in jail. His actions put him in jail. Anybody can't just call the police and be like, oh, this person is doing this without adequate like proof. She just called and found out he was on probation or something like that. Just called and found out because she fucking knows shit. And she made a whole bunch of accusations, and some of them were accusations, but she just made a whole bunch of accusations, and they came out. They didn't find anything in the home because there was nothing in the home, but they did check his social media and saw that he had been traveling. He had gone out of state. He had went to Hawaii with Armani, and et cetera, et cetera. So for that reason is why they had valid, cause to arrest him. It wasn't because of her word. She just kind of made them look at him like y'all should be paying attention to this person for these reasons. But it wasn't because of what she said why they arrested him. They just looked and said, well, we can't take him for what she's saying, but we can take him for what we see him doing. And that's why he got arrested, and he ended up staying because of some other shit that had nothing to do with
Okay.
me or
Well, last question. I know that TKO goes by the poly lifestyle a lot and says all that. Have you ever considered him to be, or questioned, or made the statement, or felt as if he's been a pimp, not poly?
honestly, Capone always maintained that image back in the day. I mean, that proof is it's not something he's ever hidden.
Of
That
a
was something
of
he
a pimp or
uh,
poly?
a pimp back in the day. Like that was what he portrayed himself as on social media. Those like, or I don't think he's ever said the word pimp, but he portrayed himself as one, I guess. Um, Years ago. So now he's not portraying that. He's more so, like, I just want to be a part of a polygamy relationship. There is a bit of a difference, but I guess, you just have to be fucking intelligent. You have to be smart. I say you're the CEO of your life. You have to be the one to make the executive decisions on what is appropriate for you or not. So, I mean, there are pimps that conduct themselves as pimps. They make it known that they're pimps. He's not doing that today. He's more so saying, look, I have a family and I want to be in a polygamy relationship. This is what I bring to the table. What do you bring to the table, et cetera, et cetera. But I mean, y'all fucking women. So just know what y'all getting into.
Okay. Well, thank you, my love. Thank you. If there's anything else,
Thank
then
you.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Have a good one.
You too, bro.
Hey, I was trying to get you to add me before she had dropped down. So she told it, so it's not her word against anyone else's. Armani started off as a side chick. He was with Z, and Armani was posing as his friend. They were living in the house together and everything. That's why people are going around bashing the whole situation, saying him and her and our TKO groomed Armani. She was the minor in the household. That's why Armani family does not like TKO. That's the thing. That's why he didn't want the family knowing what was going on and all this stuff. That's why I was trying to get you to pull her up before she had dropped down. It's a lot behind that situation. Armani was like a little over 14, 14 and a half, 15 years old.
Mm,
And this is facts. Yes, she's been around, but that Z was his girlfriend.
okay.
And she's talked about this.
Okay. Well, yeah, of course I'm unbiased. This is the thing about this scenario is with all of this, a lot of the people who are coming up have been watching this. So I'm giving all perspectives. I know people want it to be a bash TKO or a bash Korea or a bash Armani or a bash this person. I don't have any perspective as I'm just getting all the information as I go along. So as I get the information as I go along, a lot of it is speculation, accusations, opinions. I go off of receipts and documentation and things of that nature. So I'm just here to kind of mediate and help people flow through and get more and filter through information. Arm,
Oh,
wait,
hi.
Armani, are you here?
Oop. Want me to get down?
Oh, if she wants to come up, it's her choice. It's her choice. It was.
Look, I was like my hookah. Okay, look. Hey, Robert.
Hey,
So
baby.
I
If
said
you
I was
do
on the
come up,
girl.
Armani, you can come up and you could just swipe the comments and we can have a conversation. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. However, I would love for you to come up so we can get a better understanding because
Well, can
I'm
I say
trying to
what's
figure it out. And I'm going to say to you what I said while everyone earlier on, which is, this is the third time, Armani. So I'm trying to figure out as a strong, independent woman why we're here again. But go ahead.
Oh, okay. So all I wanted to say was I just had a quick question. So everybody is saying that TKO, excuse me, is this and that. But isn't it true that they have to give TKO their money? Like the ladies, they have to bring money, right? So like really, it was another person that said it before Z came up. It's just been so long. What the hell is the benefit of being with TKO? Okay, so he's short. Most women, we like dudes taller than us. All this other stuff he got going on. And then I also gotta pay you, nigga. Like, nigga, you ain't even like, I could probably sit and look cute. You know what I'm saying? If you had cash, I could go shopping. But like, I gotta give you my money. So, okay. That's all I want to say.
She's been in my room and Armani's talked with me before. So this is not like new. She knows how I operate. It's very like you come up, if you answering questions or want to have a conversation, then you swipe the comments and we go from there. It's not.
Well, you gotta remember a lot of girls who like peas and shit like that, that lifestyle, they are brainwashed. So they like for somebody to tell them what to do. They like the fact that they're going to working their hardest and they pussy is hurting to go give their money up to a nigga. Some bitches like that. You gotta remember some bitches are brainwashed and that's what they like. No shade.
I mean, well, you're saying she will get in trouble, but if she's not with TKO right now, and y'all saying she's getting in trouble, we don't know if she's getting in trouble or not. She's dealing with him right now. Well, she's
Hey, Robert.
hey, I mean, I would invite TKO to line me or talk about this too as well because I want to get his opinion. I want to get everybody. I like to go to the source of both. Whatever.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I definitely agree. I've
Or
been
Armani
catching
too.
Armani's lives lately, though, in the past month, and I told her this herself. She's definitely opened up a lot more. She's in this new space that she's in where she's speaking up for herself. And she's willing to say what she likes and doesn't like about her relationship with TKO. So I think she's even said she's backed away from the relationship and she's really focusing on herself right now. She has said that. So I think she might come up herself and talk.
If she
That's
wants.
it.
Okay.
I know Z got up here and said she's very independent and strong. But one thing I will say about the situation, I still don't understand how she never knew Armani and TKO were together and they lived together. I really don't believe that she ever believed Armani was just the best friend. Because if you have common sense, you moving in with your man and his best friend, how you didn't know that was his other woman? I feel like she be leaving that back.
Or Korea, not Armani. Armani is from
Robert.
Korea.
Okay. TKO said that Zeke slept with another pimp. So he was pimping. I'm gonna tell you, he went to Polly because he got in trouble about pimping. So now he changed it. So to say he a Polly, he's still pimping.
Now, usually I don't give my opinion. I 1000% agree with that. And I also think that Z, since you're in the room, I also think that Z, you gave what would I say, gave a very candidate, like presidential candidate answer to some of my questions. But I can read between the lines with some of those things. And I understand why you did that. She's not trying to get in mess and she's not trying to be brought back into all of that. So I believe she gave the politically correct. And but I believe she did that. And but if anyone with a brain, I believe we can read between lines and understand political correctness. Usually there's a reason for that. So oh,
Nah, bitch, we're not gonna do that. He hit her. He hit all them motherfucking
I
women.
believe he's hit a lot of these
He hit
women as
every
well.
single
Yeah.
one of them.
Well,
All of
she
them
never
said the
said no.
same
She never
shit.
wait. She never said no. She never said yes. But she said you can tell there's similarities with multiple stories. So I believe that as well.
Yeah, cause she was trained like my dog. She was. She came over here all this bullshit. See Robert, one thing I don't like that fake ass bullshit with the whole candid response and all that dumb shit. Let's nigga this up, okay? Cause she light skinned. TKO had a type. So we gonna nigga this up. He hit all them bitches. Every single one of them got hit. Okay, so we going because this is getting on my fucking nerves at this point. He hit every single one of them. We're not gonna sit over here and play fucking stupid and delusional. You're with this man because of clout and it benefits you. You know the nigga's a piece of shit, but because it benefits you, you cool with the nigga. That's that we need to call it what it is. These bitches be coming on here, Robert, with this whole I'm a woman empowerment and I'm about this and you bitches are about yourself. And so long as it benefits you, you don't give a fuck about the next woman that gets into bullshit. And that's the fucking common denominator with all of the women that TKO fuck with. Every single one of you fuck with TKO because it benefits you. And the minute that it don't benefit you, you get on this fucking app and it's a drag season. That's what this is, Robert. I ain't mad at TKO because you know what an ain't shit nigga gonna do? Be ain't shit. And if I had a fucking daughter, I would have told my daughter, you the one. That's the reason why you in this situation. This nigga hit women and y'all still cool with him. But then y'all will check a nigga like me that's calling it. The nigga don't work. He takes, look at his contribution list. He takes their money, Robert, that they make and put it in his pocket and act like it's some lifestyle. That's pimping 101.
Okay.
Pimping 101. And I honestly wish that all of you women just got it together and know your worth and get the fuck on and stay by yourself. Period.
Well, let's let Z respond to that, Llama. Go ahead, love.
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna argue. So if you're gonna be
He won't.
rowdy
He
like
won't. He's
that and
very respectful.
yell,
He's good.
then I don't want to
No,
talk.
he's
I'm
good.
from New York and I'll mute myself, baby. Go right ahead.
Yep.
I wanted to say that I disagree because there has been several women who has got mad and has told their truth. They have stated that Capone has done things to them. They have stated he's been rough with him. They've said he have taken from me. There has been several women. I've never gotten mad and came on here and said, "Oh my God, he did this and this." He actually praised me because I didn't do it because I don't move like that. It's again what I talk about, and I wrote it in my book. But what I'm saying is, I disagree with you because even with all the women who have spoken up, bitches still fuck with him. There's like 5 women on social media who have said he's done this, and bitches is still auditioning to be to be a drip angel. Bitches don't give a fuck. So it don't matter if I go to the moon back and I scream, yip, and holler about everything I've gone through in totality. A bitch is still gonna look at this man and feel that he's a benefit. They see designer and money and foreigns and houses, and they're like, "Oh, I want to be a part of that." Hold on, what the fuck am I going to do? Drag every bitch away? No. live in your truth. I'm gonna live in mine. I'm gonna mind my business, and you should do the same. I just wanted to say, just in regards to that, that's not entirely true because a lot of women have spoken their piece,
Yeah.
and bitches still fuck with them.
Can I can,
Still fuck with him.
can I ask you something, Z? Because then if we look at that scenario and you have left him for whatever reason and know that these women have been through this and going through these scenarios and you know that yourself, wouldn't I be able to put you in the same category because you know he's done this with women and still continue to work with him for the clout? Would that not make you as
I had I understand what you're saying, but
yeah?
mind you, I had a relationship and a friendship with him before the Yettas, before the Barbies, before the Koreas or whoever, before everybody. I didn't know about Capone before
You knew a
I
different
met
person,
him.
yes, yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying I was at the forefront. So I can understand if I hear all the bullshit about him and then got involved and then screamed victim after the fact.
Okay, so you
I had my own experience with him
okay,
before
got it.
everybody else. Mind you, I was at the beginning. I was when he started social media. We were together when we would talk about we should do like videos and post them on YouTube, and we bonded off of that, so yeah, it's unfortunate to see it today, like
Yeah.
fuck, like this kind of makes me look bad because I was with the man, but my relationship and the bond that I had with him and Armani was before all the
But
bullshit
let me tell
today.
you, but can I say this? See, I don't think that would what make you look bad. I think what would make you look bad is knowing all the things that he's done currently with some of these women in these scenarios and still continuing to work with him for whatever clout. I think that would make you look worse, actually, because I can understand if you were you knew a different TKO, but knowing the TKO and the women that have come through and the stories and things of that nature, and knowing where you're going, but choosing to have any relation with someone who has done these things to females and been known on paper for clout, I think that's what
you
would make
can't
you.
you can't you can't say I know that. I'm not going off of what somebody else is saying. I'm going off of my own experience.
Okay.
I've moved past and forgiven from my own
Okay, I could
experience.
understand that.
Just taking accountability for myself.
Okay.
Do I like hearing what I hear? No, the fuck I don't.
Okay.
But I also don't know a lot of these women too. I don't know how much of what they say is the truth.
Okay.
Capone denies everything. I'm not saying his word is valid, but he denies everything. But
Okay.
these women come on, they speak their truth. That's fine. I'm not judging them for their experience. I'm judging him for my experience. I'm not sitting on his platform promoting him or anything. I've come on his platform a few times. We've shoot the shits, and we kind of vibe a little bit, but that's it. For the most part, we don't talk every day. We don't talk every other month. We vaguely talk. You've seen me a few times on his platform, but other than that, like I don't know. I just wanted to disagree with
No, no, that's
you
fine.
know.
I wanted to let him speak again because and that's why we have different opinions up here and different
No,
viewpoints.
that's fine. I'll jump down.
Okay, love. Go ahead, Llama. What were you gonna say? Because she's coming from her viewpoint, so and I can understand a little bit of what she's saying. She was saying, I can't, and I have to, I can't deny her the right for saying, hey, I don't know how much of all of this might
I'm
be.
not. I'm
Wait a
not.
second,
I'm
Llama.
not
Let me
gonna.
just say this. Wait, wait. She said,
I'm.
I guess what she's saying is she doesn't know all of everything that is true. The only thing that she's maintaining with him is her and his relationship and how that happened, and she's not continuing a relationship based off of his relationships with everyone else. She's focused on her and his, and they're on good terms. So, and it's no shade, but even if he's over there, motherfucking smacking bitches, beating bitches up, spitting on hoes, she's like, listen, we good.
Mm-hmm.
So we doing whatever on our terms. I don't give a fuck. I don't know how much of these is true or not. He's lying about everything, but as long as he's good with me and we're good with each other, then we can make this all right. Go ahead, Llama.
I'm a deal with you later in my life, bitch. But let me get back on
Well, I
topic
have to
with
be
that.
unbiased here and come from all
I
sides.
know, but you know how we gonna give it up later. What I'm saying in regards to that is she really did not dispute really anything of what I said. She actually agreed. She mostly just said that's my relationship and interaction with him, which means that it's about her. Like all of those women that get up on there, they're looking about themselves.
Okay, that's
But one thing
different.
I will
Okay.
say is, again, first of all, I'm not coming on here and telling these women empowerment. You should all bend. It's not giving anti TKO. It's giving your own self worth. Now, if you forgive him, that's cool. There's plenty of motherfucking people I forgive. There's plenty of exes I forgive with, but they don't need my number. I don't need to be on a live with them. Now, if she chooses to do that as a grown ass woman, that's what she chooses to do. I'm not gonna knock that. But again, it's obvious because TKO does sit on 1,000 plus views. He does have a platform, and you do benefit from being on his live. That's a fact. So you're looking out for yourself. You don't gotta give a fuck about the next woman. But I'm gonna read between the lines. I know that nigga hit you. I know what it is when niggas beat up a woman. I know what it is. Any grown man, any woman in here that has been through it or has witnessed it, we know what it is. That's why you came on here and you said what you said. You addressed things that you were comfortable addressing with Robert. Keyword comfortable. What she felt to address. And ironically, baby, what you were saying didn't make him look bad. And why Robert she answered it that way? Because what I say doesn't matter. You notice, Robert, with all of these women, what I say doesn't matter. It's obvious. What I say doesn't matter. It's obvious. Y'all are all falling in line but want to claim independence, but y'all all doing the same shit, baby. Y'all are all doing the same shit. And it doesn't matter how empowered all of you think you are. I'm over here just sitting back watching the same shit happen with a different woman. Again, am I going to say TKO's all bad, Robert? Absolutely not. I'm pretty sure there's great things about the nigga. But one thing I'm going to say is recently, and guess what I did, Robert? I was being unbiased. I sat here and I listened to what this grown ass man said. And when Barbie was saying what she said, when I mentioned what's the key component with TKO? Money. Why are you messing with bitches that ain't bringing money? What happened to Barbie? She got knocked in her fucking face. And I do believe her when she said that. I believe Barbie when she said that. I believe it. Every time it has to do with money and a man and his ego and he don't get his way, a woman goes and suffer the consequences. Say I'm lying right now. Can she come up here, Robert, and objectively say what I'm saying is a lie? I'm not, you don't have to know Capone. You don't have to know any of what this man is. But guess what? There's flaws in this nigga that is apparent that these women experience that you recognize. And I heard it in your voice. And no matter what politic bullshit you come on here, baby, and say, I'ma read between the lines. I ain't stupid. I ain't right all the time, but I know for a fact when a woman is getting beat or has been beat and she ain't speaking up. So for me as a grown man, I'm going to go live and I'm going to speak up and say, yeah, he definitely was hitting y'all. I don't give a fuck what TKO say. He ain't going to say no shit, Robert, to come on here and try to politically speak. I don't got a pussy between my legs. So the nigga can't suave talk me. Nigga, you hit those women. And you hit those women because you're a weak ass nigga. You don't get up and work. You expect these women to work. You expect the women to bring money here and provide for you. And you take that money, pimping, like Pastor has said, like other niggas that said it's one-on-one pimping, and you're distributing the money. You know how I know, nigga? Because my bum ass father, 50 something years old, still trying to do that weak ass shit. Take your ass, go to work, become a better man. But Robert, you know this is some bullshit, but I respect you for being objective, hearing all sides, nigga. I do respect that about you because I couldn't do it. I would have dropped her ASAP because that's some bullshit. We know what it is. These women in here know what it is, and whether niggas like me or not, y'all know. Women, ladies, y'all know. And I'm going to say this to you, baby. You may have a daughter someday. Some of these women have a daughter. And one thing you do not want your daughters to do is have a nigga put his hands on them and they don't want to speak. This is a grown man that's not your father. He's not your grandpa. He's not none of that. And you grown women can't speak because of a fucking nigga. Get the fuck out of here, Robbie. You know it's some bullshit. You know it's some bullshit.
Hey, Robert Love.
Hi, love.
Uh, Lama said a mouthful, and I completely 100% agree because what Z said, she said that before the Korea, before the Yetta, it doesn't matter if she was before any of them. You still went through the same shit that they went through. So you didn't change how that man was because he still treated you the same way. And the fact that you are still here saying that, you're still around him and it's based
Well,
on business.
objectively, because I take all sides here. She's
Mhm.
saying she did not. She's saying her experience was completely different from these females. She met him
But
before all of these things happened.
I
Just to
know
put it
that's
this
what
way.
I'm saying. She's saying that she met. before, but she was with them before the Yetta, before the Korean stuff. But what I'm saying is she still went through what they went through. She was still knocked upside her head, whether she
Not
was choked or
necessarily. We don't know that for sure because that has never come out to light. So we can't say that as well.
come. Okay, I see what you're saying.
I,
But anyway, and then when I just want to touch on when she said that about um he wanted to see, he's bringing stuff to the table and he wants to see what the other women are bringing to the table. The only thing that TKO is bringing to the table is fucking dick, mental fucking abuse, and knocks upside motherfuckers head and lying about it at the end. The
she
shit
said
is
she's never
bullshit.
been knocked across her head.
No,
Sorry.
I'm talking about the ones that have said that they have been hit.
Yes.
Not saying her, but me as a woman, and I've been through domestic violence. Her whole persona, I don't give a. She don't have to say it, and she doesn't have to admit it. But she has. She don't hit her. He has hit her, and I'm not coming for her because as a woman, I wish all of them did better. But at the end of the day, common sense is common sense. They are all grown ass fucking women. The ones that get with Korea knew what Yetta went through, but yet you still decided to get with him. So I have no sympathy for that shit. You decided to deal with a man and thought that shit was gonna be different, and it wasn't fucking different. And then you're here now, and you're coming to this live, boo-hooing on people's pages and shit, wanting sympathy, and you get none because this nigga has always been the same nigga with every female he's been with. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay. Thank you. Have to send me any gifts. You can do the right there. We've met our tiering quota for the. So yes, you can right there 5, 10. Okay, here. Well, hold up.
What's going on?
Hold up,
Okay, I'm gonna
hold
take
up,
it.
dumpling. Hold up, because
Oh, go ahead,
TK.
boo.
Hold up, TKO. You know how I operate. If you would like to come up, you have every right to swipe the comments. Very over here, we're taking all different sides, so it's not going to be an attack. Blah blah blah. I want to be very clear. You know how I operate. So if you want to come up into the queue, you can feel free to. Go ahead, dumpling.
So, just a few things. Usually, I troll and be a dead ass serious. There's YouTube videos of bitches not even getting hit, but they telling a story about emotional abuse, financial abuse, whatever the case may be. Why is it that all the women that he deals with currently never have a voice? Y'all talking about getting beat, but they still staying. It's something different. I don't know if it's illegal, legal, whatever the fuck is going on. It's something deeper than getting your ass beat. Okay? So I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm not speculating or nothing. This whore is still wearing the emojis and she not even in the family. Little Mama K back up here talking about her book. She had more energy for the book than what the fuck TAO doing. And she's still moving around with him. All right? So aside from whatever they got going on, everyone that's still with him, okay, even Yetta talked her shit, but she didn't get too deep into it. She shitted on his porch or whatever the fuck she did. But I came in on the ass end of the interview, but I came in when she came up for the second time as well. That girl's not saying nothing because there's something going on aside from these bitches getting their ass beat. Period.
Okay.
And that's just that.
Let me see if TK will accept an invite. I don't know if he's gonna accept or not. He might decline me.
What's going on with you?
Now I know
What's
you know.
going on with
I
you,
know.
fam?
I know you know. I know you know you're the talk of the week because of everything going on with Korea and stuff.
Yeah.
What? What?
What's going on? So look,
Go ahead.
before you ask a question, I want to ask you a question real quick. Just me and you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you name one female that I've ever been with? Not people that said they fuck with me on the side. Not females who claim that I had a baby by them that came out the woodworks. Not Bigo content. Name one female that I've been with ever came up and confessed that I put my hands on them. Name one.
Well, okay. So the reason why, and I'm gonna tell you
One.
this. I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason why I wouldn't be good at answering these questions, and I told Z the same thing when she was asked. She asked me something like that. I dibble and dabble and all that stuff, but I haven't followed
Okay, so
you
let
get
me
what I'm
answer
saying?
that.
Like
Let
a
me answer
lot of
that question
stuff.
for you.
Wait, let me just
So
say
let
this:
me.
a lot of stuff that I'm hearing and this live is first time for me. But a lot of these people who are giving me
Right.
information about you and the dealings with these women have been watching you for a long time. So they're a lot more informed than I. So I'm ignorant too. I wouldn't be able to answer that. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? I
Well, let
know
me go ahead
Barbie
and
said
answer
you
that
hit
for you.
her. Yetta said you hit
Let me
her. But
let me
you said
no, she
not
didn't.
Mico wise, so I
Hold
wouldn't
on.
know.
And let me give you an understanding because yeah, said I put my hands on her. She said I
Sorry.
threw a
Through the
milkshake.
milkshake. Through the milkshake.
That's this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No woman that I've ever been as my girlfriend has ever came up here and said I did that. Now it's been women that came out the woodworks 5 or 6 or 7 years later. I mean months later, because I finally read them that come out and say that while they still trying to hook up with me.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? It's been women that I've never dealt with. I never knew. Somebody said Cash. I've never seen this person before in my life that said I did things to her. I've never even smelled her perfume before. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, have any woman that I've been with ever said that I physically abused them? Have any woman that I've been with, from Z, Yetta, Korea, Armani, ever said that I pimped them?
Wait, Barbie, you were never with Barbie.
I was never with Barbie,
Okay,
and
okay.
I've never pimped Barbie. She
No, no,
never
no.
said
I
I
mean,
pimped
because
Barbie.
Barbie said you hit her, so that's
Yeah,
all.
yeah, but I've never been with Barbie, and she
Uh,
just not said that recently.
yes.
She just not said that recently. You see what I'm
Um.
saying?
Well, Yetta,
So
I can't use this as a valid thing, but Yetta did say you slapped her, did something with Armani or physical, whatever. But that was her saying that. So once again, that's only
that's her saying that's about somebody else.
yes, that's her
I'm
saying
saying
about yes, that's
somebody
speculation.
else.
Yes, yes,
Yetta has never came up and said he's pimped me.
yep.
He's te- Yetta has never came up and said I put my hands on her ever. You
Besides,
know, so
would you consider throwing the cup and hitting her as part of this?
I didn't throw the it's the shake. Yeah, that was wrong. Yeah, that's wrong.
Okay.
That's a form of abuse.
Well, thank you for acknowledging that. I like you, TKL. But okay, wait a minute.
Yeah.
But with all that being said, out the way, the main point of what we were talking about is the Korea thing with her crying. And I was coming from the perspective of, because they just said shit was coming out on your drip. You never inboxed me for your thing, your show.
Yeah, we're not done with it yet. And on the day that I wanted to have you up there, I think you was doing the show or something. You had something going on.
Probably. But let's get
Yeah.
to the main thing here, because I'm sure you heard it's been all around, and you dropped a video. But they said basically in a nutshell, because
Yeah.
once again, I'm getting everything sliding across my desk, that you had been dealing with knowledge, and that Korea found out that you was sleeping every time you came to New York City and on anniversary. She never knew about all of this, and she never knew that you was even speaking with Bastiana before K9. And now she dropped her badge is gone for the third time, and she was crying on somebody who brings the water and the snacks is live, and she had a lot to say publicly for the first time about you. So what's going on here?
I'm not addressing none of that.
Is there a reason why?
I can't. Yeah, 'cause I don't discuss my personal business
But she
on the
did.
internet. Yeah, that's her. I'm not gonna match that energy.
Okay.
And I don't think she still did it. She still did it. She still whatever, whenever. But still, this is not what I do. So I know a lot of people gonna feel what they feel, but I'm me. I stand in my power, and that's
Whatever
one
you're
thing that
listen,
Z
you
said.
know how I look.
Z,
Whatever you're
Z
comfortable
do what
with.
she wants to. I don't care how much pressure I got up on me, but y'all won't get that tea about
Yeah.
anybody that's in my relationship ever.
Okay.
I'm not
Whatever
here
you,
for social media. All they gonna do is scrutinize anyway. They gonna make their own shit and form their own plan. They're not here for the favor of us. They're not here to support. They're just here to try to dictate what's going on in my household. So
whatever
that's it.
listen, whatever you feel comfortable with. You don't have to get into details with all of that, but would you at least let us know, um, are you and Korea on good terms? Is everything okay? Or is this just, we're just not here right now?
We From my standpoint, I'm gonna say this, man. I'm always gonna love that girl. Whatever happens or whatever. You're always gonna be cool. And I'm gonna ride for her. I'm gonna protect her no matter what. So I don't give a fuck what she do. I don't give a fuck if she went live and shit, said this and said that. I'm still rocking with her. Period. I don't
Okay.
care. I'm not gonna switch up my energy ever.
Okay. Well, all right, TK. Was there anything else you wanted to say to the people about anything?
I just wanted to make a point about ain't no woman of mine ever came and said I physically abused him or pimped him. When I was a pimp, I was a pimp and I represented as a pimp.
Wait, let
When
me
I met
ask
a
you
pimp,
this. Let me ask you this last
yeah,
thing. Let's get this out the way
yeah.
because this is also news to me. How old was Armani when you met her?
I met Armani when she was 17 years old. I
And
met Armani when she was 17 in 2007.
how old were
Yes.
you? Oh, no, you're timeless, so you were alone. You were
I'm
old.
timeless. Yeah, I'm timeless.
Okay, all right. Well, that's
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, let me clear that up real quick for my queen too, because I was winning looking like a motherfucker. Everybody seen me
I
in
know you
live.
were
You know,
because Armani came in
everybody
here.
seen me.
Armani came in
Everybody
here.
seen me in this
Korea came
motherfucker
in
live,
here.
okay? So let me clear up something real quick. I don't know why they keep on saying Armani was underage. When when Z came around, it was 2008, 2017. 2017. So y'all can do the math right now. Armani was not underage when she was dancing and stripping. They just want to paint some type of scenario. So nah, scenario. So
But wait a minute. But wait a minute. Is
he
seven?
asked me when I met her. Y'all listen what
I was gonna ask. I was
one
gonna
percent
ask
of
when
your
you
brain.
met her, but were you also dating her when
Yeah,
she
when
was
I met
17?
her, she was 17. When I met, see, you see how they put two and two together? I said when I met Armani, she was 17. I didn't say that she was stripping at 17. People just,
When did you
all right.
start dating her? How old was she?
Well, we didn't start. She was my best friend for the longest. I didn't start dating. She didn't become my woman until like 2015,
So how many years after
2006.
that?
I met her in 2007.
Oh, okay. So way older. She was way in her 20s then.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right,
All right.
already.
All right. Thank you, TKO. Listen, over here, it's whatever you feel comfortable with. I know some of y'all are like, bitch, why didn't you get into? If he didn't want to speak on his perspective on the Korea situation, he has every right to. One thing about me, I do not force anybody to come out of their shell to speak and say a piece, regardless. So, I don't have any issue with any parties. I'm just here to let all parties so we can understand what's going on.
Robbie, I'm going to make this very, very short.
Go ahead.
And if anyone in here has common sense, or hopefully they have at least a high school diploma, can read between the lines. He said, not one woman that I've dealt with has came up here and said, I put hands on them.
Yes.
With all these allegations, you would think he would come up, never put my hands on a woman. He'll never say it. He'll never say it. The fact that Z, and I really like Z, let me tell you this, I really like Z. I go to her live. She seems so positive, so full of life, really sweet girl. The fact that she came up here and said, I'm not going to talk about personal details about what really happened behind closed doors. And TKO has thanked me for that. Why are you doing something for his approval? Why did you say that he thanked you for it? Why is he thanking you for being quiet? And what's really sad is you have women like Z, women like Armani, who have been there from the beginning. You see what transpires, you see what goes on in Elvis Presley's old house, and you don't even want to save any of these women. It's like you guys can, there's going to be women in and out of that house. And when he said, I've never pimped a woman, but you did take their money, there's something called financial abuse. You took Yetta's $17,000. That's financial abuse. She's still asking for her $17,000 till this day. So I feel like with Z, even though she said, well, all the women have similar stories. So, I mean, it's kind of obvious. What's obvious? Why are you so concerned with his approval and him thanking you for not telling what really happened? That's weird.
Okay. I'm gonna let Z speak. Thank you, Hillary. TKO is still in the comments as well, so he's here as well. TKO, you don't have to window watch. We're open over here. Go ahead, Z.
I don't do anything for anybody's approval. I don't care who it is. I don't do anything for anybody's approval. My point
She is in his
was,
agency. That's why she said she has the badge. I'm just saying what she said.
yeah,
She
I'm a
said
part of his agency.
that's
That was before we kind of bumped heads, but whatever. I don't do anything for anybody's approval, but whatever. Do like I expressed in my book is I don't feel the need to fuck with you today. Then we bump heads. Now we feeling some type of emotion, like we angry, we frustrated, we upset, and now I feel the need to bash you. I don't do that to people. I don't care if it's Capone. I don't care if it's God Zeus. I don't care if it's my sisters. I don't care if it's my enemy. I don't do that shit to people. I'm not circumstantial. I don't feel the need to hold all your secrets today because we cool. But then tomorrow, because I'm not fucking with you, I'm finna tell everybody everything you told me and all your bullshit and all your drama. Anybody would feel like, you know what, Z, I appreciate that. I've gotten into it with people hella time, not hella times, that's false, but I've gotten into it with people plenty of times and never went online or felt the need to air their bullshit because now I'm angry or because I'm in an emotion. So I'm
If someone
circumstantial.
if someone hit you, would you?
I've had before and I fucking told, but I've still never felt the need to go public and share shit like that. If he's not sharing his own personal business, he's obviously saying, look, I don't want certain things to be public. That's his own personal business. I don't know what he got going in his personal business. For me too, I got personal shit in my life I don't want to share either. Respect that shit. You can't, let me tell y'all something. None of y'all was there. I didn't live in the house with me, Armani, Capone, and 3,000 other motherfuckers. Y'all can't tell me what's true and what's not true. I address things a certain way because that's the type of person I am. It had nothing to do with his fucking approval. I had people who didn't even know me reach out to me, like men, like solid men, and say, look, I appreciate the fact that you didn't bash him like the other bitches bashed him. That shows how solid you are. That's me displaying the type of person I am. Had nothing to do with his fucking approval. I don't live in the house with this man. I don't drive his cars. I don't have access to his money. I don't use his shit. What benefit? What real life benefit? Let's even take away social media because I still meet people on my own. I network. I fuck with people by myself. I have my own platform. What benefit do I have fucking with Capone on a point where I feel like I need his approval? His approval. I don't ask this man for anything. The last time I spoke with him was on Bigo Live. I don't ask him for money, nothing. So what benefit would it be to feel like I need a man's approval that I don't fuck with? I'm in a fucking relationship right now. The only person's approval I need is God and my dad's. Other than that, get the fuck out of here. I didn't comment. I appreciate her watching my shit, but I didn't appreciate what she said because I didn't think to myself, oh, I'm not gonna bash Capone because I want him to approve that I'm not acting like everybody else. How about I've been single from Capone for 5 or 6 years. I've never done that shit. Never done it. If I never did it before, why the fuck I'm gonna follow suit now?
All right. Well,
Never did it before, but I'm gonna follow suit now. But I'm seeking approval. I wanted to be with Capone. We would have been together years ago. If we wanted to be together, we would probably be together today if we wanted to. We not fucking with each other like that. Sorry, I don't feel the way y'all feel, but we have our own situation, our own experience. I move off of my experience with him, and if I feel like I don't want to fuck with him no more, I'm not gonna fuck with him no more. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. Same. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Zeus.
no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I wanted to.
Oh, I thought you were talking about something. I'm
No, no,
sorry.
no. I was gonna let you finish your statement. No, I'm gonna
I'm
let.
done.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna let. Thank you, my love. Thank you. I wish that the other queen. I know Korea was just here, and Armani.
First and foremost, comments. I understand what y'all are going through, but let's be very clear. If she doesn't want to be empathetic to the safety of other women's well-being, then that just says a lot about her character. So y'all just need to move around. It's no tea and it's no shade. And I hate to you're about to get kicked out. Hold on. Hold on 1 second, baby. I got this. Out. Watch from the window, bitch. Okay, we're not doing that. This is a serious conversation. And I say this. We have a lot of women that feel very fierce about breast cancer. We have a lot of women who feel very fierce about women who are sexually assaulted and sexually abused. I get exactly where y'all are coming from. I don't know why she came over here. That's just my personal opinion. I don't mean to disrespect her. I think it was a clout situation because I don't feel like we found out any more about TKO or any less about TKO. So I get exactly what y'all are saying. She doesn't have empathy for women. She may not have a certain type of empathy for the women that y'all would expect someone. Y'all cannot live through her vicariously. If she does not care, because I'm gonna be honest with you, a man saying good looks for not saying that I may have beat your ass. I'm sorry, sis. I'm not here for that. Like I don't. Robert, I was with her and then I wasn't with her. Because any man that's like and where she lost me was she said other men also said thank you. A woman telling their story whenever they want to tell their story about a man abusing them, that is not bashing them. And I'm so tired of that shit because it's very Southern black about it. Like you waited all these years to say that your uncle might have touched you. Why now? Why I don't like that. I don't like that at fucking all because there may be women that may not feel comfortable to say that a man beat them or a woman beat them. I don't get that. So for me, I don't have no problem with her. I don't have no problem with her. I just feel like if you women are looking for a certain type of empowerment for her, then she's not the woman to look for. Maybe you might should go to Tammy PA. Maybe you should go to somebody else, but that's not her. That's not her. I'm sorry, Robert. And the reason why I'm telling y'all to lay off of her, the fact that she didn't come up here and say anything negative about TKO, that shows you where she's at with TKO. That's what I'm saying, Robert. We can't light her up. She don't have no issue with him. But she is not the woman that she is not going to be the face of woman empowerment as it pertains to fighting against whatever TKO's doing. And another thing I am gagging about, TKO has definitely whooped women, and that is the overall issue. The fact, and TKO, I like you, brother, but I'm going to keep it a brick. You need a publicist. Because I would have told your ass to go up there and say, I ain't never put my hand on no women. You came up here and said, oh, I ain't never put my hand on a woman that
No,
I dated. So
no,
you
no, 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 no,
basically,
no, no, no.
what he
TK,
said?
no, no, no. TKO said y'all cannot name any woman that I've dated that has said that I have put my hands on them.
Yes. Excuse
Not,
me. I'm sorry.
not
Miss
that,
Verbiage.
not
Miss
that
Verbiage.
I
Miss
have
Verbiage.
never hit a woman. Those are two
Miss
different things.
Verbiage. That was a Miss Verbiage. I apologize because you didn't say you didn't knock Barbie. And I want to be very clear, and I don't have no problem with TKO. Just because a woman has not came forward and said you haven't went upside their head, that does not mean you haven't. Let's be very, 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 very clear, TKO, because you are very charismatic and you are very charming. And I will give that to you
He
as a
is
gay
charming.
nigga.
He is
You are
charming.
very charming. So don't, because let me tell you what you did. You came over here and did exactly what Pete said you was gonna do. You was gonna come over here and you was gonna Barack Obama us, and that's exactly what you did. I don't have a problem with you, TKO, because if these women want to be with you, because one thing my aunt and them used to tell my nieces and my cousins, a nigga's only gonna do what you allow a nigga to do. That's why we can't be sitting up here beating down TKO. Because these and to Z, I get what you're saying too. She's saying if he did beat me, I ain't gonna say nothing because women are still gonna be with him if he beat me or not. And it's no shade. Look at Greedy. Look at K9. No tea, no shade. I get exactly where she's coming from, and I'm not being on her side, y'all. Y'all are my girls. Y'all know I feel for you. But she's not gonna be out there with a two-piece church suit on, talking about. Let me tell you about domestic violence to get TK. Come on, she's not the girl. She's not the girl. She is using that nigga to get what she wants from him, and he is using her, and they have an understanding. That's all I'm telling y'all. So just don't even waste your breath for her. I don't think no woman anytime soon is gonna come up and say TKO whoop my ass. I don't think that
Well,
no
let me just
woman.
say. Well, let me just say this, and let me just say this, and I have to play both sides here as well. So while I agree with everybody, while I agree with what you're saying, I
I don't
think
have to land a plane.
I think also where they're both coming from, where Z and TK are coming from, is a you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. What I think what I'm thinking I'm getting from TKO is no matter what I
TKO's
say.
gonna kill.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna let him up in just a second. I think what I'm getting from TKO is the reason why he possibly doesn't go into his personal stuff is because people are always going to take it and assume things negative from it. So he'd rather just not say anything at all or give anybody any inkling of anything because people are going to take things and run with it, which is where he's at, and I think that's where she's at.
Right, and I'm
And
just
and
gonna
I
get
and
down
I,
and
res-
just
and I
right,
respect I respect I
right.
respect all sides because
Eh,
this when you have thousands of people in your business relationship, then that is the scenario. But at the same time, where is he at? I'm gonna let him. That's the
Yep,
same
but yeah,
time.
TKO, I just want to say I don't got no problem with you. I don't care what you're doing with a frying pan. I don't care what you're not doing with a frying pan. Because
Okay.
all I'm saying is a nigga's only going to do what a woman allows. And that's just that there's something about you that these women like, and that is not my problem. I wouldn't send none of my sisters your way, but brother, that's just me.
Same.
All right, all right. I respect your truth,
And
man.
I like you too, TKO.
What?
I have to be honest with you. I think nobody's gonna say it, but I do think you've knocked some
Yeah,
bitches. I do think you've taken the girl
right.
coins. I think they probably even knocked you back. I think you've had some flaws and all. I think all of that. I think there's a lot of things, but at the same time, I'm somebody that likes to come from both sides. So
Right,
I can understand your viewpoint of saying, well, I'm not going to go into detail about things because you bitches going to take something and run with it and
right,
stretch it. You're damned if you do. You're damned if
right.
you don't. So I mean, I'm coming from all
So let me
perspectives here as I learn
and
you.
let me and let me show you another perspective, and this is something that I want you to answer this question.
Hmm.
So it's been females outside of my relationship that came on and dragged me and said shit about me, right?
Yes.
So why when it's somebody who don't disclose any personal information or drag me or say anything negative about me, why do that got to be the ones that's saying, oh, well, it's a lie because they're not saying the negative shit? I know this is a messy app. I know Bigo prides themselves off the shit that they hear when it's mess, right? But why when it's not no mess, it gotta be like, oh yeah, you're lying, you brainwash, you speak for him, you're a robot. Why are we only satisfied with negative content?
I think
Why are we only
and
satisfied with that?
and you know what? If someone, and I think if someone doesn't say anything, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And if you don't say anything, it's a lie. And then if you do say something,
Right.
unless it's what people want to hear, it's never going to be the truth. But what I do think in semantics in this scenario is because things are structured so a certain way, that's what makes it even less believable. And you have to understand as well, I think that people are coming from the perspective of you used to present yourself as a pimp. There's these certain restrictions and things that women can and can't say. So, or feels if they do it a certain way, they might present themselves. Or you
Right.
also being a private person might be directed
Right.
as manipulation towards these people or some type of interaction to where there's certain things they can and cannot say because of what the stipulations are to be in a poly or a relationship with you. So that's why
Yeah.
people might be taking it in that manner.
Yeah.
Whether is that true or not, I cannot speak on that because
So
I don't know.
yeah, yeah. Like the double edged sword, the damned if you do, damned if you don't part is okay. Usually, I would be mad. I used to be mad at
I'm sorry, you went out. Go ahead.
you know.
You coming in
So
and out, TKO.
I'm still.
Speak now.
All right.
I think I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I hear you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You can hear me. All right. So the thing about that's why I say I don't just disclose anything when it comes to social media because when you're dealing with somebody, a lot of people don't disclose. You know everything how it is, right? So when it comes to me, I haven't been a P for a long, long, long time. However, when people do get approached about that type of stuff, they don't defame it. They don't say, "Oh, it wasn't about the money with me," because I can tell you that it wasn't about the money with none of these girls that I love, none of these girls I was in a relationship with, and they will be able to tell you that, right? However, they don't speak on that part, so it's not their fault because they also don't speak on anything negative. So I just accept it for what it is. They don't speak they don't clear up anything, but they also don't speak on anything. So I understand how it can create something. However, like I said, it's not going to do me no justice to say nothing. If I say something, I'll try to defend anything. It's going to be what it is, no matter
Well,
what.
I got to disagree with you on that one because Yetta is still over here begging for her coins back. So I believe it was about coins with some of you individuals.
Mm, mm.
And she was on your credit score, and then y'all got, and then, some of the women have come up and explained how they are, the financial institution for
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
and you might be the cloud or the
All right,
certain,
so
or the,
let me give
you
you
might have your gain in there as well. So, with that part, I have to
right,
disagree with you on TKO.
right. So let me give you an understanding why you disagreeing. Because just because we dispute about something that deals with finances at the end, or if it's a problem with that, doesn't mean it was about that. Don't means our relationship
Well,
was
to
based
you,
on that, predicated. I'm saying for me, yeah,
for
I'm,
you,
I'm only speaking for me.
for
Yeah,
you.
it
Okay,
wasn't
for
about the
you.
money for
Okay,
me.
for you. Okay,
For me,
okay,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, for me.
okay.
So, like, I'm gonna say this again because it's all about the way you word shit. I've never taken anything from any woman. I've never taken anything from Yetta. Yetta will tell you that she gave, gave.
Just like Keith Jones.
So,
Keith Jones said the
so,
same thing. Keith Jones said the girls gave
so
him coins too. Now I gotta agree with you on that. I gotta agree with you on that because if there's a difference between taking it and giving it.
taking and giving. Exactly.
If he says this is what we want to build and this is what I need from you, no,
When
no,
it,
no, y'all can disagree with me. No, I believe he's good. What this is why I believe TKO. I believe that you are very good with semantics. I believe that you are very good with your wording, and I believe that you are good with certain types of manipulations to make things look better in your favor. I believe that you do have the tongue of a
I do.
motherfucking pimp,
I do have that.
of a
I
charming
can't.
man who
Yeah.
will, I believe you're the type that will, I'm not saying you have, that will smack a bitch and make her believe that she needed to be smacked to get some sense because she was doing some shit she wasn't supposed to be doing, which was something that she didn't deserve to get smacked for, but you will make her feel like she has to get, like, you have a way with words to turn things, but I don't believe everything that you are saying to me in terms of it being the full picture, but I'm listening to
Yeah.
it coming from what your
Yeah.
perspective is or what you might have thought. So
Right.
I hear that
Right.
because Keith Jones came over and said the same thing. He said, I have, now if you look at it from the outside looking in, when it came to the Keith Jones with these women, everyone was like, nigga, you took money from these girls. You took money. And he was like, I
Right.
ain't
Right.
take shit from nobody. These bitches gave me, I didn't hold a gun to nobody's head. I wasn't going to motherfucking beat
Right.
anybody's ass. Bitch, if I hold my hand out or you want to put me on your credit, you want to give me coins, that is your choice. I could believe that.
Right. 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 So, when it all comes down to it, that's all I really wanted to speak on. I don't take nothing from nobody, even though people gonna say I'm gonna take. That's why I say I don't even like to even defend that because people gonna think what they say. I mean, it's not gonna happen. I mean, it's not gonna like change no scenario or nothing like that. The people who fuck with me gonna continue to fuck with me, and the people that's curious about me gonna end up fucking with me. And the people who don't fuck with me and think I'm a scum, they gonna continue to think I'm a scum, and I'm fine with that. I don't gotta win everybody's opinion. I
No
don't need
shade,
everybody
no
to
shade. The
love me.
ones who think you a scum and think you a piece of shit gonna be the same ones coming right back to you. So at this point, I mean, it's like a
Well,
rap. If the girls feel that way and come right back to you, bitch, you might as well take their
well,
pockets.
not coming right back to me because they was never with me. So the people who don't fuck with me just don't fuck with me, and that's fine. I can't win everybody. I'm
But
not
let's
trying
talk
to.
about this beard. Is this a? Do you feel? Do you feel in the? Is this a
You
Beijing?
quick.
Is this a
You quick.
Beijing? Because you know I had it on standby. Did you feel this
You
in the Beijing?
quick. You quick to the
Because it's
motherfucker.
two different colors. You see how the mustache is like that, and then you had this feeling like Brandon. You and Brandon had the same thing. See, let me let me drop you
Yeah,
down.
yeah, yeah. So
People,
look, so look.
what? Go ahead. Go
You
ahead.
know, I had I'm very honest when it comes to me. I don't care, but I had Korea order me some stuff because I used to go to the get a barber, right? To go ahead and put Beijing to fill in my stuff just to fill it in right now.
Oh, you real honest with us today.
Yeah,
Okay.
hell
Beijing
yeah.
and
But
contact.
all I gotta do is ask me. Like I don't run from
So
nothing.
wait,
It's me.
Beijing. Wait. Beijing.
So look, I don't got
Beijing.
nothing on today. I ain't got nothing on today. So
Okay.
this is how it is without it. But if you fill it in, it just make it look fuller. A lot of men do that. That's
Yeah.
okay. It's
Wait.
like women wear weave.
Contacts. Contacts.
Yeah. It's like women wear weave,
Contacts.
So this is what I'm saying. My natural eye color come no, never mind. I better tell you the same shit that I tell the females. Um
And you got weave in
it's
sometimes.
it's
You be having
it's
weave
it's
in
it's
the weave.
it's I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
You can't start and then not finish. You just
I'm
said
not
you.
gonna do that. I'm gonna leave it because you good at you're really good at host at talking and then getting some more shit up out of me, and then getting some more shit up out of
Ain't
me.
nothing wrong
So
with this. I mean, shit. You said
hey,
you
hey,
ain't lay no hands. So okay, we
hey,
got a
hey,
Beijing.
it's timeless. Everything timeless in this motherfucker. Everything
Child, you
timeless.
got weave in and contacts. All right. Mm-hmm.
Everything timeless.
You know
Just let
you.
it be a mystery.
All right. Let me drop your ass down since you just fucking. Let me bring y'all up. Okay. Let me bring y'all. Okay. Let me. This is Mr. Claus right up there. Go ahead, baby.
Okay, first of all, he's my age. Listen, um, stop playing with me. Stop playing. He is my age. We probably graduated together. So my question is, stop y'all. What does he do to bring money in to this relationship? What is his hustle aside from poly pimping? Because at the end of the day, right? If you are in a poly relationship, the nigga gotta hustle too. Is he selling
He
drugs?
said Bigo, the
Is he
agency
selling
and the hosting.
Is he selling drugs? Is he selling ass? Is he selling mouth, throat? There he is. Hi, how are you? So what do you bring
Look,
into the
let me
relationship?
let me say something real quick. And God can kill me right now. I have AIDS if I'm lying. God can kill my son if I'm lying.
AIDS.
I make more money than everybody around me. I provide for my family. And that's what people don't understand about poly and what the pimp life is. I make the money. I take care of the family. I pay the rent. I
But you don't
I
make the
do it.
money. Hold on. Let me ask you though. We're
None of
not
these
talking
women
about.
are giving me, listen, Armani don't even give me her money.
Let
None
me
of these
finish.
women are handing me
You
money.
can't
So
answer my
this
question before I
but
ask
but
you.
but what I'm saying is you said what do I bring to the table? I bring a lot of things to the table, but you was talking about the finances. So let's start at the finances. So if you want the answer, you want the answer. If you want to create the narrative, you can do that all day and I can jump down. So
I
do
ain't
you really
creating no
want the
narrative. Oh, don't get.
I'm saying I'm saying do you want the answer or do you not, Queen? Because I'm giving you
Okay.
the answer right now. So
And
if
let me
just
finish my
listen, you
question.
hold on, but you said, what do I bring to the table? And we talk about the finances. You say, I need to get a job or things of that nature. If I'm the one that's the breadwinner of my family and I'm taking care of my family and they're not winner of my, I'm not taking money from Korea or Armani. So if that's not happening and I'm the one that's taking care of the family and I make the most money, what did it, don't that answer your question? What I
No,
bring? You
no,
tell me.
no, because you're not letting me complete my
All
question
right, go ahead,
to,
baby.
to truly answer it.
Go
My
ahead. And I
question
don't care where it's coming. I don't care if it's coming from Bigo, from walking, collecting cans, mowing lines. If I'm making the most money, just respect
is
it.
that's okay. So I clarification, further clarification.
Hmm.
You're not making money off the backs of any or knees or sides of any women. You got your own hustle, right?
All my life, and that's all my life.
Okay. And as long as that's the case, then I'm cool with it. I mean, you do what you want
Okay.
to do. But I just wanted to make sure that we're not talking about money that you make from pimping or
Right. And I
or
understand that. And that's why
hustling
I
women.
came up here to clarify it, love. Even though people ain't, like I said, just kind of like what Stone said, or either it was Zeus. Anything I say, even if I'm telling them the truth, they're not going to believe it, no matter what, because the narrative is already created.
Okay. Well, and that was where I wanted clarification, making sure that your hustle isn't on the back of somebody else. That was all. And for the person who said Keith tricks on me, no, baby, Keith never asked me for a dime. I'll send that nigga $1,000 just on GP because it's Wednesday, 2 o'clock, and raining in California. Don't worry about what I do with my money because Miss P makes this money. I send this money all around Bigo at any given time that I want to send this money around Bigo, and can't none of y'all hoes stop me.
Well, Miss P, there's my. Oh, I was just gonna say, Miss P, my CA is up there. So if you wanted to, is is right up there. If you wanted to, one of y'all wanted to just. I'm hungry. I need some food.
Hi, Robert.
Hey, babe.
I was coming up to ask if anyone was giving or picking up on the vibe from Z when she comes up here. Am I the only one that's getting the vibe of I'm not going to say what I want to say about TKO Capone publicly because him and I have this relationship or this type bond. But when my book comes out, everything that needs to be in that book will be in that book. And that's how I'm going to separate myself from this narrative that y'all are creating because there will be my whole truth. I would have then created my own platform, or aside from the one that I already have, but just a larger one on the back of him because the information is there. And you can't do shit about it because it's already written. It's already in black and white. So what are you going to do? Am I the only one that's picking up on that? Or no?
Oh, thank you, babe. I heard the clicker. Now she pulled over to the side of the street, like click, click. Pull over to the side of the street so she. Go ahead,
Hey,
babe.
baby, let me down. So this is my quick question. He's saying that we're a narrative of him about him earning money off of women, but isn't he the one that says or put stipulations on women joining his family that they have to bring a certain amount to the household? He said that Barbie was paying for his yick. I mean, that's the narrative that he put out there. It's not the narrative that we put out there. So I think that was a legitimate question that Miss P was asking because That's the narrative that he says, and those are the stipulations that he has for women coming into his household. So I'm just trying to see, make it make sense, because the Bigo check ain't Bigoing. So where
Okay,
he
so
getting his money from? Because I
I'll
know it
let
ain't
him
no.
up to him.
Yeah,
And
that's
see
my
this is
question.
and this is why we had these conversations because I don't know how to
Yeah,
respond to
because
that because y'all might watch all of that and might have followed the whole journey along, so y'all might
Actually,
have
well,
more
actually,
I don't. So that's why I'm asking, because I don't know. I don't
yeah,
really
yeah,
follow
yeah,
him. I
yeah,
catch bits and pieces. So that's
for
why I'm
sure.
asking.
So
okay.
look, I actually like the way you worded it. You said everything right. All right, you said everything right, and it made sense the way you worded it. So let me give you clarification, because we got to stop throwing
Okay.
Barbie in. We talk about for my personal relationships, right? People that's live with me,
Okay.
that's outside. The only person that's ever brought something in was Yetta. Now Z,
Okay.
that's not the relationship we had. Korea, that's not the relationship that we had. Korea is never. I never told Korea that, hey, bring in a lump sum and do these type of things. So that's why I'm just giving clarification. Yeah, with these
Oh,
individuals,
so
we
that
never
was
had that
just with
type of
Yetta.
relationship with. But Yetta is the only one
Was Yetta someone
that's
that
moved in with.
volunteered, or was that a conversation y'all had to get to that point?
Yeah, it was a conversation we had to that point because I was doing the poly. I just letting it be known that I don't want you just to be coming with your bag, but also come with a bag too. And I feel like that should be even in a monogamous relationship. I ain't rich yet. I ain't no basketball player. I ain't no famous rapper. I'm gonna keep it real. If you want to build with me, but I'm just letting you know, even though that still was my standard with Korea, I still didn't do that with Korea. Even though that was my standard with Z, I still didn't do that with Z. These women was already
Okay, so
working, and that
so
was
can I
important.
ask you?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Can I ask you a question? What makes you determine who you set that standpoint for? Like, what is it? Was it a
Yeah.
different type of relationship that you had with Yetta versus Korea? Even though you said initially that was the conversation that you had with Korea, but you never really enforced it. What kind of made that change between those two?
Well, respectfully, I don't want to disclose anything that's about somebody,
Okay.
that I'm
Oh,
dealt with or dealing with and things of that nature. And not for me,
okay.
because
Let me get
if
out
this
of
is
here.
about me, then it's something different. You know what I'm saying? Then I can go ahead and talk on it, but
Well, no,
I don't want
I
to
think
say
in that
why.
perspective, she does want to know like
Yeah, yeah, I don't
what
want to
would
say
make
why
you
that wasn't
look and
transparent.
say this
Yeah,
person can come with the bag compared to the next person. Like, what for you would make you throw in the
yeah,
financial aspect?
yeah. Yeah. I would have to disclose too much personal information, and I don't want to do that. So
Okay,
that's the only reason why. But no, it wasn't like that with Korea. It wasn't like that with Z. That's why they don't have that type of story.
okay, got it.
All right, all right.
It's the one, the only, the icon, the house, the one and only.
Thank you. I just wanted to say it sucked to be all you bitches that was waiting in the queue. Bitch, I'm VIP. But anyway, I just wanted to say, TKO, you came up here and still didn't tell us what you do for a living. Like to pay your bills. Do you sell your plasma? Do you collect cans? Like, what is it that you do to give money? Like, that's it. All right, bye
That's a
y'all.
valid question. That's a valid question, TKO. I would like to know that too as well, to be honest. Valid question.
I give up after this. I don't know if we listening halfway, and I don't mean no disrespect to anybody,
No, no, no.
but I've clearly said that I make my income off of Bigo, and maybe I didn't say it
Okay.
on this
No,
live,
we
but
were
maybe
saying
I
that
just
in the
say it so.
comments. The people were saying
Yeah,
that in the comments.
yeah,
Yes.
and,
Okay.
and and that's why just a minute ago I just said somebody was like, "Oh, you that little Bigo check?" I said, "Man, you don't. First of all, you don't know what I'm making. I just not made 50,000 up front with Mico. You know what I'm saying? Then after the Mico thing, I came over here and I'm doing good. I'm about 1,000 this month. So I mean, all you got to do is
Speaking
look.
of Miko,
Hold on,
go ahead.
time out. All they got to do, and you know what I'm talking about, guys. Is all they got to do is look at the star list, and you can see what I make. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I know it's Bigo and they don't seem like a real job to y'all, but this is my job. This is what God has gifted me to do to have to get the gap to get what I need and the support I got. And it makes me a lot of money doing it. So I'm happy with it. I'm cool with it. But this is how I make my money off of Bigo.
Okay, and
I'm gonna let you
that's
shine.
a question really quick before you do drop down.
Yeah,
You made a certain amount on
yeah.
Miko and then came back up here. There's been some information or some floating around saying that because you didn't fulfill whatever happened, that you were being sued by the other app because you did come over here and took an advancement from them. Did you want to speak on any of that or?
Yeah, so the thing about it is I didn't leave Miko. They terminated my contract. They did that. And
Okay.
that's what people don't know. It's not like I ran off with the bag. I would never do that. I don't do business like that. So when I was over there, I didn't fulfill what they wanted me to fulfill,
But they
and they
did give you
wrote,
a cash advancement saying
yeah,
contingent. Okay.
yeah, they were supposed to give me they were supposed to give me a lot more, later on, but I didn't get that. I only got what they gave me up front. So yeah,
So,
they terminated me, and
mhm.
in the midst of that, I'm like, okay, cool. Y'all gave me this up front, and y'all terminated me, so I'm gonna go back over to Bigo where I got over 1 million fans. So that's why I'm back over here. Yeah,
Are they suing you?
I don't know. I wasn't aware of that. Y'all be knowing shit before me. Shit. So
They are.
I don't know.
Yes, you, Jason, and Milan. If I was you, I would reach out soon.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
best
I'll
way.
do.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you want to tell me before I hop down, bro?
No. Well, this is the second time because remember the first time I showed all them documents and you didn't know. Did you get that in order?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I've actually found out what that means,
Oh.
and they're going. Yeah, I already found out what that means. Not the police. All right, I'm
Oh, let
gone.
me Jesus. Okay, let me try to let up some folks I haven't. See you, I see you, pretty Shay. I see you. I see you guys. Just give me a second. I'm trying to go through. Go ahead.
Hi, Robert. So I only wanted to get up
Hey,
here to
y'all
give
do.
the
Thank you
voice.
for. Wait a second. Thank you guys for the gifts. I've already reached my tier. I'm way over. I appreciate y'all. If you want to show me some love, 5, 10, 15, 20. Miss P, 500. Help me pay my rent. 1,000. Right up here in the CA. Go ahead, Emerald.
Hi. So I got up here to kind of be the voice. I've followed TKO, but listening to Career the other day, it kind of hit home and it triggered me because I was in a previous abuse relationship, and none of my friends or family could imagine that the guy was. I mean, he was very um, he had a way with words, and he had a great job. On the outside he seemed like the perfect guy, but when he beat me so bad and put me in the hospital, there was a whole different it only took me that one time. There was stuff leading up to it that I guess I because you never think it's going to happen to you, but
Yeah,
it does. So but listening to Career, of course she's not going to say, because this is the thing, when you love somebody and they have part of your mind, because and it's not just the physical, it's mental too, but when they have part of your mind, she might not feel that way. And he got up here and he said that he asked you a question, name, has anybody he dated said anything? Of course not, they haven't exposed, but you never know when that day might come that you're at the end of the road. Just because they haven't said it, it's not to say that it hasn't been done, and it's not to say if they get strong enough and get their mind back and start loving themselves that they will come out and speak. Don't you can get up here and sound so cocky.
But the
I
reason
see
why,
right through it.
the reason why I have to take both sides in this is just because we say that doesn't mean that we can immediately say that it is the truth when we don't have anything concrete. We are still going off of reading in between
Right.
the lines and things like that.
And
So I
emotions.
can't, even though people want me to, I cannot crucify or scrutinize that man from his side, his perspective, and his viewpoints.
Well, I say it just like when a person goes to court and they're innocent until proven guilty. So I'm not pointing the finger or the gun that's saying that he is, but I'm just saying when I heard Career the other day,
Hmm.
it just hit home. And I could be wrong, but in the allegations, or we have seen when she's cammed up and had a swollen lip or had bruises. Like I said, I know the signs only if you walk in the street. So I can be a testimony to somebody, and I will hope that they do, if they are in a bad relationship and they're being abused, that they do get the strength and move away from it and be an advocate for it, to say, no, I am better than this. I don't have to deal with it. But I felt when I heard her and listened to her the other day, and it's been other times when they've argued, but none like that last time. The last time was very different. Very different.
right. So,
All right, I'm
um,
gonna drop you
yeah,
down.
I know you do. I want to speak to her. She had said something like, she was in a relationship and the dude had the perfect job, and everybody thought on the outside that he was this amazing man, and he was beating the shit out of her. Y'all do realize it's the exact opposite. Everybody thinks I beat the shit out of everybody and take their money. So I don't have that type of outlook. People don't look at me as the amazing guy that just so charming and good to where everybody loves me. Like, no, it's a lot of people who think I'm a piece of shit. Like, I don't have that image. They think I'm knocking out and stocking out hoes and making them go sell their pussy. So that's not the same type of scenario. So why is it when somebody don't paint that scenario narrative, like, y'all don't like it's so I guess negativity is more easier to gravitate to a negative aspect. But I was really wanting to talk to Emerald, but she dropped down. But That's
Oh, I
that's
can
how.
let her back up. Come up, Emerald. I can let her back up.
Yeah.
Just a
No,
second.
no
Emerald.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, so Emerald. So like
No,
I
but
don't
I wasn't. I
go ahead.
understand what you said about the people, how they looked at you. I never looked at you like that. Like I said, I'm on the
Um
outside looking in, so I never said, "Oh,
so
he's doing this," or if somebody's, in a Discord or you know what I'm saying, or rumors out there or saying something about you. I didn't judge you. I only went on, like I said, it.
right.
I listened to her, and I can
And I
relate only
appreciate that.
because of my experience.
So Emerald, so basically you're saying even though when she went up in Royce's live, even
Yeah, I
though it
was
wasn't
there.
about, even though it wasn't, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to just get an understanding. Even though it wasn't about anything like that or abuse or anything, that's just what you get. So now from that live, you feel that way.
No, actually, before you came in the room, she was more. She seemed more relaxed and comfortable, and was, talking. It wasn't until you came up there and you started conversating with her where she seemed a little like, I don't know, like you had to remind her, like, Korea, we're on Bigo, so let's keep it short. I just felt that it had nothing before you came in that room. She was expressing herself a whole lot more than it was when your presence became
And
available.
that's cool. I didn't ask that question respectfully, Queen. I'm saying so just from that live in general, in totality, that's why you feel like you feel now, right?
No, no. And to
Okay.
answer your question, no,
All right.
that is not the reason why in totality I feel that way. Again,
Okay.
I said there has been things leading up to it in the past when you and she publicly argued, and then she would come back the next day with her lip busted. It's visible or bruises, and it wasn't addressed. So
Hold
it
on.
was things leading up to that. It wasn't just that one conversation in totality.
And this is a
I'm a
good.
very
Wait a minute.
mature
That's,
This is a good.
I'm a very
This is
mature
a, this
woman
is
and a very
this
age.
is a good. This is
and
a good
Queen, but
conversation
you
to
didn't.
have, TKO and Emerald, because a lot of people might be assuming or making these connections through these types of observations or things that's going on. So this is a great conversation to have right now to kind of
Right.
smooth
So
out or kind of understand, even though it's only one side and it's going to be his side, and she was speaking some of hers, but this is the types of conversations we need to have. Go ahead, TKO. I know you were going to say something.
yeah. Yeah, so basically all I was going to add to it was kind of like how you just now worded it. You said that we got in an argument on live, and the next day that she came with a busted lip. That's all not true. The next day she didn't come up with a busted lip. When her lips was swollen, she had got lip injections, and everybody thought could have sweat because she didn't want to let people in her business. She finally said it. That's the only reason why I'm saying it now, because I still will be protecting her. But it wasn't until she said what she said that people didn't even know that she had lip injections. You see what I'm saying? But everybody was saying I swole her lips. So at the end of the day,
I mean,
I
in hindsight, to be fair, in
go ahead.
hindsight,
Go ahead.
someone would assume that because of the argument.
Oh,
You're
why?
right.
But
You are right.
we
You are right.
argue. I'm saying we argue, Queen, and I know you say that you're older and things of that nature, but people argue.
I
We,
agree.
like
I
we get
agree.
into it, get intense sometimes. Like I say, I'm not perfect. She's not perfect. That's fine. You know
But
what I'm
also,
saying? But
TKO, you have to understand as well, because you're only coming from
mhm,
your side and your perspective. You do understand that a
mhm.
lot of times people are coming from this perspective because in abusive relationships, men or the abuser or the aggressor, not saying you are, once again, will say they ran into a doorknob, they fell down the steps, they got lip injections, they hit
Hmm.
themselves on the wall. They will give all those types of things. So I think maybe you have to
I
understand.
say it's a lose at this point. It's a lose lose.
Well,
I
yeah,
understand.
but no, 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 no.
No, it was you made a perfect point, Zeus, and that is absolutely right. That's exactly what a lot of abused women do. And oh, I fell off of the bike. Or it's the same thing as if an abusive parent is doing it to a child. Oh, I did this. Of course, they're not going to tell you exactly and come out and say, "Oh, I blah blah blah." I do believe Barbie when she said he hit her. I do believe that he has hit Career, and I do think I said one day she might get strong enough, and we will hear the story. Until then, it's her word against his, and we are only left to assume. But in my gut, in my feeling, I really feel like he did. And that's just that, respectfully.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
I will say this because I have to take both sides here. I can't. Once again, y'all can disagree with me if you want. I am coming off of. I don't go off of accusations and assumptions. So I have to put myself in TKO's position and say where he might feel as if it's a lose lose because he might feel like no matter what at this point, just a second, Llama. He might feel like at no matter what point it is, the narrative has already been um, painted. So no matter what I do, no matter what bruise, if she gets a scratch, if she gets a kick or a punch, or she gets a bruise on her arm, you're gonna assume that it was me. So I understand where he might be feeling like, bitch, at this point, y'all going to pin me there. And also because I'm private and because I don't like all this put on in public, you're also going to say I'm lying and just correlate those things to that. I have to come from both sides as well because I'm just being optimistic. I'm just being optimistic. And yes, while there's smoke, there's usually fire. And yes, there's things assumed and assumptions and all that. But just like we would need receipts of lip injections, we would need receipts of him beating her ass. Just like we would need receipts of her getting a bruise on her wrist from whatever, we would need receipts of a video or text messages or something that you get what I'm saying? Like I have to say that just like we need receipts from one, we need receipts from something else. I have to be optimistic on both sides because I can't just assume. I can't. I can't. Let me let up Tommy K and I'm gonna let up Llama.
And hey, Robert, I'll be real brief. Can you turn your head to the side for me just real quick? Oh, baby. Whoever said you wasn't black, baby, not with them nigga naps up there, baby. It's Taco me. God dang.
Okay, let me just let up.
Yeah, I was being very fair. I was ready to kick that bitch nigga out, Robert. He
No,
literally
please don't.
ducks.
Please don't, because you.
He literally ducks and evades every fucking question. He's never answered what he does. He said, "Bigo, nigga, your contribution list. Both them women are your top contributors, nigga. What fucking money are you making on here?
Oh,
You haven't really made any money since you flopped and keyed with the box package. So nobody believes that shit. You don't even know how to set up a PK." That's why your dumbass in 2021 was little as fuck when you couldn't even do the 100 boxes. And you didn't even get a shield in that PK. So nobody believes that bullshit. If a nigga, first of all, nobody's believing a grown man that literally doesn't even know you owe taxes. How the fuck do we know your taxes that you owe, nigga? And you really want to come on here and talk about you run a household? Only dumb motherfuckers gonna let you run with that bullshit ass fucking narrative. We don't believe that shit, nigga. Keep on hitting the women and do what you do. See, the difference with me is I peep game, nigga. I peep bullshit, nigga. You're full of shit. And I'm gonna tell you you're full of shit. And no, you're not gonna come up here. I'm not having no conversation with no bitch ass nigga like you. I see between the lines, nigga. And Robert, come on now. This nigga like I make money on Bigo. Nigga, Armani
yeah,
and Korea literally, they're
but Llama,
literally giving him Robert. They're literally giving him his whole quota.
but we don't. But
What
this is the
fucking
thing. This is
money
the
is he
thing. This is
making
the
on
thing.
this?
Now hold up. Now hold up. While
Go
you can
ahead,
say all
nigga.
of that, we still don't know the logistics of how that works. We don't know if
Exactly why I'm
hold up,
assuming.
Llama,
Why I'm
hold
assuming,
up. We don't know if a nigga's recharging some, if there's an investment here
nigga.
into this. We don't know that, so
Nigga, he
I can't
came from
assume.
Keys. What fucking investment you talking about,
Yeah,
nigga?
he's got
Robert,
an
you ain't
agency,
that
so
dumb.
I cannot
He came from
assume.
Keys to the street. He don't know shit. You was the one that played him failing 2 box packages,
Yes, but I can't
100 boxes.
assume. Listen. What I'm saying is, while you could feel that way, I cannot immediately assume he's got an agency. I don't know the dynamics of. Listen, just listen to me. I don't know the dynamics of how that man might move and shake and do with coins. So I can't get up here and just immediately wear him the fuck out like y'all. Listen, you know how I operate. I'm not telling y'all not to feel how y'all feel. I'm not telling y'all that. But
Nigga, keep eating that food, bro. Keep
if I
eating that
if I
food.
keep
Like I
it
said,
stacked,
I literally said, okay, you know what? He hit in the militaries. I'm like, both his fucking women are literally his top contributors. Like they're taking their money, Robert, throwing it on him, deducting 70%. Like what income are you making? Like, did you pay the niggas back for the taxes? You gonna come up here and tell us some bullshit? You never answered the Miss P question. Robert, anybody that has a job, anybody that's bringing money to the table will literally break down the logistics of what they're doing to make money. If they ask me, Llama, what do you do to make money? I can pull up my fucking bank statements I can put up my taxes. I can say I do security. I can say I get money from Twitch. I can say I get money from
But
Beagle.
once
I
again,
can name all,
once again,
hold on, Robert.
that's
Hold on.
you, Llama. That's not him.
Robert, no, Robert. He be over here trying to play in these women faces like Miss P don't know what the fuck she's talking about. She's questioning you. What do you bring? You over here talking about the women need to be doing this and they need to be doing that. Bro, you not really doing shit outside of fucking Beagle and taking money from these women.
But
And
Llama,
we're gonna
that
call it
is
what it is.
you. That is
I
you. And
good,
hold on, and
good. Let it be me, ho. Let it be me, ho.
Let me say this. I because I agree with y'all, but then I also disagree with y'all. The reason why I disagree with y'all is because a lot of y'all are speaking on what y'all would think would be common sense, what would work for you, what you think is the blatant obvious in your face. And I'm sorry, and I don't give a fucking for the 4,900 people. If he sees things differently, then I'm trying to sit down and understand his perspective and his certain take on certain things, and there's nothing wrong with that. Because that doesn't mean that everything that y'all are thinking in terms of how he makes money, how he interacts, and how he deals with people is what it actually is. We have to look at the woman he's dealing with, we have to look at him himself and what he said, and
Math.
we have to put things
Math.
together.
Robert, we sit on the business side. It's math. They deduct 70%. Korea is SVIP1, Robert. She recharged. It's on her page, sir. Literally information we can pull up.
Right,
TKO can sit down and play that bullshit with these women. You're not playing it with me, nigga. You ain't making shit.
right.
Stop.
So check this out. Check this out, little man.
Now let him speak,
I'm
I
Llama.
pretty sure
don't pay
God.
little
I'm
man.
Say that.
pretty.
Oh, Lord.
All
I
right. So
and I pay
hold on.
bills. You the little man. You don't work.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, I
Thank
don't
you.
pay bills or nothing like this. So we're gonna
Okay.
make this very simple. And I know God Zeus got enough comprehension to what I'm about to say. And I don't even got to say this. What I'm doing right now.
More than your women. You right.
However, I'm talking. All right. So all you have to do is look at the contributors list. I'm almost at 1.5, and you will see how much the monthly is, what Armani's contributed, and what Korea's contributed. So where do all the other stuff come from? Just look at what they're contributed for this month, and look at what all my other
And look
supporters.
at what I said, dumbass,
So go
where
ahead.
your women that you live with are taking their money, dumping it into you on Bigo, and they're deducting 70%. Dumbass. So before you come
No.
on here and try to talk
So what I'm
like you know
saying
what the
is
fuck you talking
you
about, you
just not
don't know
said
shit. You don't know
you just
shit.
said
They're
hold
taking
on.
them.
You
You don't
just
know
said
shit. My
hold on.
girlfriend is on the app, but
Yeah, you're
she's
gonna
not
try
my
to
number one contributor.
you're
I'm
gonna
her
try to
though.
speak you're gonna try to
I
speak
don't
over me
want
because
to
you know what I'm
speak
about
to
to
you,
say is
nigga.
this.
You don't get
So
the
watch this.
opportunity to speak to me.
So
Robert
hold on.
allows you to
So
run with
hold on.
this bullshit. I don't give
Okay,
a
wait
fuck
a minute.
about you.
I'm gonna let him speak, Llama, and then you can respond. I'm gonna
Yeah,
let him
yeah,
speak
yeah.
though. Okay, go ahead. This is
Right. Because he was the one who just came up here pocket watching me for some reason. He pressed about me. I don't know this man. I don't know how he look. I don't care to know. That's cool. You can have your opinion about me. I can be whatever, right? However, since you're bringing up something that you don't know and have the proper information about, all I'm doing is making it clear to you. Because you said that how I'm thinking he making these million quotas and shit. He ain't really making these million quotas. He doing business. My women support me because they're my women. I support my women. I'm at the top of their list too. Keep that in mind. I'm at the top of their list just like they're at the top of my list. Okay? And that's what support is. Just because you don't do that with your woman, we're totally different. But my women, I'm going to support them and they're going to support me. But don't make it seem like I'm only popping and I'm only hitting $1 million the million quotas is because of Korea and Armani. Put some respect on my name and you don't got to do that. You can continue to be pressed. I ain't tripping. Tea time.
Ain't nobody pressed about a nigga that's been fake motherfucking hair. Okay? Ain't nobody pressed about you that like to play with shit. All right, and we have the same context. And quite honestly, I look better than you. So, and nigga, you look terrible for 40. So, quite honestly, we have no reason at all to be pressed about you. And to be honest, real hold on, Stone, no, because Robert muted me for that dumb ass bitch, and I'm gonna get my shit off. Cause all that over there, now Robert's fair, so I'm gonna just leave that with that. But the reality is, Robert, what I'm talking about is once again the optics of the situation. Since you want to talk logical, sir, is that those women are pumping their money on Bigo into you. And you're saying you make money on Bigo and they're in the same household. No, sir, my girlfriend will not be pumping all of her money she makes on fucking Bigo because they deduct 70%, sir. They would not do that. It makes no fucking sense. It's fucking dumb. And your dumbass don't do PKs. So you're not even getting a rebate, sir. It don't make no motherfucking sense. What my girl would do is keep her fucking money in her bank account. Because I get up and I do something called work, something you don't, nigga. So you can't call me a little man. And nigga, if you looked up my name, nigga, taxes invasion from 2022, 2021 don't fucking pop up. We are not the same in any category. So you can sit on here with the bigger platform taking advantage of bimbos and doing whatever the fuck you do, where you're manipulating insecure women, which is a fact. I listen to how you talk. I listen to how you try to play semantics. I listen to how when you catch one thing that you could pick apart from a woman and try to manipulate and sleaze your way into it. That's what you do. That's what you've been doing. So I came up here because I was tired of the shit. I'm tired of you coming on here responding, trying to get your little airtime. You don't support Robert. Nigga, you really don't be over here. You're only getting something because you're just a moment of the topic. And little man, nigga, we didn't give a fuck about you when you left. The last time you had any impact, if you really want to keep it as band, was when you were trading boxes with Evan Brandon and y'all flopped. That was 2 years ago. And we didn't give a fuck about you on Mico, which is why I know you brought your ass here like the rest of you motherfucking niggas that think you do it big without Bigo, and all you motherfuckers come back here. Well, we've been here. We've been well. We've been good. You know, welcome back. I don't give a fuck about you. And it's not that I'm pressed. I don't respect men like you. That's okay. I have the right not to respect bitch ass niggas like you. I don't respect you. I don't like how you talk to these women and how you try to manipulate the women. Miss P, from what her age is, Robert, is 50. That is a 50-year-old grown woman. He tried to talk to this woman stupid when she asked him, well, what do you do? And all this nigga had to say was, I do Beagle. He trying to say, if you were listening clearly to the point that I was trying to make, nigga, you just said Beagle. Shut the fuck up with all the long dribble that we don't care about. You're not answering nobody's fucking questions, and it's fucking irritating.
Okay, I'm gonna thank you, Llama. Let Miss Stone go.
So, a few things. Basically, what Llama's saying is they're recycling money and it's stupid because there's money being garnished. That's
Hold on, let me
basically
check
what
my
he's saying.
CA, see if anybody sent me anything.
Well, not me. But anyway, basically what he was saying was, see, that's why I said TKO needs a publicist. And there's something that we're missing. You know, physical abuse is not the only type of abuse. That's why I'm gagging at y'all. That is not the only abuse. He could
Well,
be
well,
verbally
well, well,
abusing.
well, well, if you were in the last live, once again, I'm optimistic on all sides. TKO said that he's had verbal moments. He admitted that.
Right. So oh, and another reason why he didn't disclose that with Korea and me and Yetta are not talking, so that's cool. The reason why Yetta had to come with the bag because he didn't like Yetta that much. That's why. I think he only gets bags from women that he doesn't mind dealing with versus women that he really wants to deal with. There's a difference when you don't mind a bitch versus really liking someone. And when I see a bitch, I don't mean women. I just mean a person.
I agree with
Not. I'm just being real, Robert. If I don't like you, why would I bring you? Why would I ask you to bring a bag? Yeah, she's workable. If that's not a word, but you get what I'm saying. She's workable. He could work. You could work with Yetta. You
you.
know what I'm saying? So that's why he didn't have Korean doing that. But all I'm saying is Lama's absolutely right, but I'm not here to count his pockets. I think TKO is bringing to the table is he is structuring how the women use their money. And I hate to say that. And I'm going to be honest with you,
That
TKO.
could be a
You may not.
perspective. It could be a perspective.
I'm not trying to be fair, TKO. You are giving much. Yes, he is. He is giving very much financial advisement to what these women do with their coins. Now I'm just keeping it real, y'all. Now that's not bringing up to the table for me. But if Miss, I love me, Miss Long Breast, Miss P, Miss P. I'm gonna answer your question for you. He is constructing how these women use their money. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you, bitch.
Not a financial
I'm not gonna.
advisor. TKO, the financial advisor.
I'm not gonna be your top contributor on Bigo, knowing Bigo getting 70% and you my man. That's just a waste of money, bitch. Like when the girl say that about Robert, it don't make no sense when Robert can cash at me or Zelle me. So that's just what I'm saying. So like I said, and they said, what is there to like about TKO? You know what I like about TKO? You know what I like about Subu? You know what I like about all these motherfuckers? Because they are showing y'all who the fuck they are, and y'all are totally ignoring it. Y'all are totally ignoring it. I agree with Llama. We don't like men like TKO. That's fine. But the difference is, Llama, he is on a platform showing who the fuck he is. And there are women that are still lining up
Hold
with
on.
underwire bras and lace wigs trying to be a part of the ball. What happened?
Did she really say to line her, or y'all lying? Are y'all lying or did she really say that? Because y'all be saying shit like that just because y'all want it to happen. Yeah, they're lying. Because I would lie in her, but only if she wants to speak about it. If she don't want to speak about it, I'm not forcing that lady. TKO's in the box. Okay. Well, if she wants to, we can. But, I'm not forcing that lady to. I'm not y'all. I understand why y'all want it, but if it's not given, if she's not saying that,
I
then
know the
stop.
co-host. I know the co-hosts are gonna come up, but that's all I wanted to say, y'all. Like, my thing is, Robert, like, TKO. I mean, I'm gagging. The women's like what they like. But all I'm saying is, me and Robert, we see niggas like TK from around the way, but it's just on a different level.
Thank you, D.
Robert, at this point, we can't be. TKO is a version of Nature Boy with Maybelline. He is Nature Boy with Maybelline. No shade. Maybelline, CoverGirl, Black Oprah, Fenty. He is a different version of Nature Boy, and it's no tea and it's no shade.
Me and Korea's live.
That's
Thank you. I'm being manipulating. It's crazy. Let me let D. Thank you, D, for the CA. Thank you, baby.
Damn, all that extra shit. This nigga's 5'3", bending people over motherfucking porches, eating booty and putting syrup on cheeseburgers.
Oh my
The
God.
fuck is we crying for? Like, stop it, bruh. Damn, let's stop the shenanigans. Like, I just believe that one day the pigeons can rise if they eagle. Like, don't nobody give a fuck. This nigga put motherfucking bear sheets on his head. He's 5'3" with fake chains and motherfucker, like, let's talk about it. Damn, broke down Bentleys. Like, how many do we really gotta come up here and give motherfucking Martin Luther? Like, dog, y'all got me fucked up, bruh. On my mama, bruh. Y'all tripping, bruh. I get it. It's Bigo. It's a storyline. But let's be honest. This nigga is weird. Like, come on, bruh. Nobody's doing that. You can shit in my mouth, put it on my tongue, and I swear I'll untie my teeth. Like, but don't nobody give a fuck. Get your lame ass out of here, boy. You stupid as fuck.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Let me see. Can we get like 10, 15 dollars? Actually, we need about 40 more in there. There's 4,700 of y'all. I know he's in live. I see y'all in the queue. Oh, Lord. Syrup on cheeseburgers. Me. We need about 40 more up in there, y'all. Let me see how close I am. We need about 37 more. 37 more up in there. Why does Jetta want to PK me now? What is going
They're pretty much similar with that.
on? Hello?
Hey, I heard you wanted to line me.
No, girl, they just going around saying I wanted to line everybody. I was over
Okay.
here with TKO. I don't know if you know what happened, but he was just letting everybody know that he never forced any woman to give him money. It was given to him financially. The people, he never forced anyone everything that he got. He also said that, there's no woman that can recall dating him that had gotten on social media and said that he put his hands on them as well. So he was just letting that be be known that he has his own job, Bigo, and things of that nature, and it's a lose lose no matter what happens, and that he had never forced any woman to give him money.
Um, so what do you think the truth is?
Well, my first response was, "What about Yetta?" And he said there is not a woman who he has taken money from. And I said, but you haven't given it back. And then he said that money was given to him. It was all, offered to him. He did not force anything. So everything that was given, was not taken. It was given.
Okay. Everybody on this app who has been around and heard me talk about this shit for like a year and a half knows that the money
Sorry,
was
it was a
supposed to be.
conversation. My bad. It was a conversation. Yes, it was not forced. It was a conversation. My bad.
It was supposed to be for a down payment on a house. Okay. So when he says I gave him the money, that's not true. He was the person who kept the money for all three of us as we were saving to put a down payment on a house that we were going to purchase. Okay. It wasn't me just giving him money so he could just go do what he wanted with my money.
Oh. So then there was a conversation about the money.
Oh yes, and he's admitted that before, that he knows that the money was promised to be for a house and bills and my bills, which he refused to pay while I was there for 5 weeks, and I only lived there for 5 weeks before I got the fuck out.
Well, he said that he was financially, he provides with the
No,
Bigo and the
he wasn't providing shit but a shitty roof over my head, and he wasn't paying my credit card bills with my money. And I was like, I put you and our money on my credit to help boost y'all shitty ass credit, and you don't think that it's important that we prioritize paying the credit card bills?
well, but this all sounds like a collective. It sounds like there was parts, bits, and pieces that were supposed to be moving until things went wrong
I don't know what you mean.
on each side. Like you were supposed to be there to put the money into the pot, and then everything's going to be shaking and moving. Everyone was going to gain money to make money together,
We did
and you
math.
gave him.
We figured out that between March when I moved in, by July we should have $100,000 saved up to put down on a house. That's what we were supposed to be having the money for.
Mhm. Well, but also, I mean, there, there was a lot that you jumped the gun on and giving him money and things of that nature. But you've already acknowledged your part in that.
Well, yeah, I clearly believed him. And if he had been honest, we would probably still be together today. If he would have paid my bills and made me feel secure, I wouldn't have been treating him like a little ass dumbass boy. And also, if he wouldn't have spent my money on whatever the hell he spent it on, then we would probably be in a house being poly together and being happy as fuck, making music and all the shit that we planned on doing in the first place.
How much does he still owe you? You saying?
Well, he's never going to pay it back. So for me to say he owes me, it doesn't make sense because we already know he doesn't
Okay, I
consider
was gonna say I was gonna
he
say
doesn't
that I was gonna
consider it.
say because
He thinks it was a gift. He's telling
well, if you
everybody
were
it
in a
was a
relation,
gift.
if you were in a relationship, is there any verbal? I mean, not verbal. Is there any written contract?
No, there's no written contract, but I do have all of the digital
So
receipts
then,
of the money that I had sent him.
true, but I think if we looked at something like this in the court of law, from his side, he would still win because if it was put down for something and maybe it went wrong,
I
I mean, I do
disagree.
believe. I believe morally he should give it back, but I believe if it could have been seen as a gift while being in a relationship and part of the cause of whatever was going on.
I think that if there had been a specific intention for the money and the fact that he has history in pimping, basically, it could be looked at as coercion. And he was misleading me into thinking that I was in a real relationship that was supposed to be going towards a house together. And really, that's not what it is. And this is what he's going to continue to do: have fake poly relationships where he can just use a woman for as long as she'll stay.
Mhm. Well, the only reason why I say that is because I've seen so many cases where people have been in relationships and people might have given them money that could be used as a gift to go towards a certain whatever. And then if things went wrong, because in that period of time, it was a gift, not something that was loaned. I
So
only
it's
say this,
nothing.
listen,
This
I
is
only
not. It
say
wasn't
this,
a loan. It was an investment for a house for
yeah,
us.
but
It wasn't a gift to get him
okay,
a house. It was a gift to get us a house. So it's not a
yeah,
gift at all. It's an
but the,
investment.
okay, well, we put investment, but the thing about it was, whether it be an investment or a loan, there would be some type of contractual evidence that the intended purposes would be this. And the reason why I say that is, it is business in the relationship, but between you two. But what I'm saying is, the person could then say that was gifted towards whatever to be an investment towards something, blah blah blah. And because it was gifted, not loaned, then they could try to use that as an example to say, well, this was a gift, things went wrong, so we're not together anymore, and this is exactly what happened. That's all I'm saying. Like I will be very clear. I am on your side in terms of he should just give you your money back. That's the first thing I said. But the only reason why, I'm trying to, I try to look at both sides is when he says those types of things, I think he should give you your money back, point blank, period. But that's where when people try to use the whole gifting thing comes into play because it was gifted towards me. There's no written contract. There's no, we might have had a verbal conversation, blah, blah, blah. And it might have been an investment, but the investment might have been seen or taken as a gift. Like, here's a gift to add to the pot of us, whatever, because I have good credit and I'm going to give you this much and things of that nature. That's the only reason why I said that. No, people, listen, there's been people who have gifted more than 18, 17, $20,000. Y'all got to understand, in the court of law, what I'm saying? Verbal agreements are legally binding, absolutely. But there have been people who have won from getting 20, 30, $40,000 in relationships. Things went wrong, and then they used it on whatever they wanted to do. The person was like, give it back to me. And they're like, baby, it's a year or 2 years later, and the person said it was a gift, and they win. I've seen it all the time. Even if they're misleading, we got to look at moral versus contractual and legal. Once again, I'm sorry. Y'all can curse me out if you want to.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm not really a lawyer, so I don't know what the fuck would actually happen, but I do know that he's done this multiple times. And say, for instance, the other women decided that they were fucking sick of it and they wanted to help me out with that. I feel like there's a little bit more power in numbers. So just saying, you never know.
Yeah, I mean, he just said himself when he was alive, he said it was to build. He said that it was to put in. He said that it was what the other women aren't reaching out at all. There's no conversation between you and the other woman at all in terms of his behavior and actions.
Maybe. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you, baby Jazz.
Well, he also did say as well in a lie that there's not one woman that could come up and say that he physically assaulted him. There's no
Oh, because
woman that
Armani's
he
not
dated.
allowed. Armani's not allowed. But I also did an interview, remember, with the woman who claims that she has his son, who's like 14 now, and she was this light skinned girl, island girl. Remember, it's on YouTube. She talked about how before Armani, she flew from Florida to Vegas and was pimped by TKO. She met him through another bitch that she worked with at the strip club, and then lived with him, fell in love with him, watched him beat the shit out of other girls, fuck him, get him to be sorry, and apologize to him for whatever they did to get him to slap them. And then he beat her damn near to death and dropped her off in front of the hospital to die. And then she called her
Well,
husband because she was married. Her husband came from Florida, forgave her. She was pregnant with his baby, and they left.
oh, okay. How come the only thing between all these women we have, besides some bruises, that we don't have direct correlation with anything? How come the only? I mean, TKO is coming from more of a perspective that he's very private about his things, and that's why he doesn't go online, and that's why in relationships people aren't, allowed to, because he's just very private. Which I know I can respect that from anybody's terms as well. But why his viewpoint is the only time that things come out is when there's a fallout, and possibly like with you or now with Korea, and things of that nature. But the only thing that we have really prevalent that he's actually admitted to saying is that he did throw the milkshake at you, and that sometimes he can be verbally and he did say that was a form of abuse and acknowledge that. But like I said, I'm coming at it from the perspective of everybody's looking at it as this nigga's just controlling and manipulating, which I do think he has a way with words. But I also have to come at it from the perspective of he's saying that he's very private and he's just not with the social media being in his personal business, whether it be good or bad.
Well, listen, when I was with him, nobody knew that I was giving him all my money. While I was living there, like all the money that I was making was going straight to his account. So I did not tell that, but everybody knew I was pissed the whole
Were
time.
you forced not? Well, can I ask you a valid question? Were you forced not to tell that, or were you just also private in that moving behind the
That shit
scenes
was
as well? Is he
embarrassing.
a
I didn't want to tell people that shit. But after he did what he
okay? So
did and threw a temper
is he a
tantrum,
private? Is he a private person in that sense of those things?
and the things that he knows are wrong, yes. And everything else, he don't give a fuck. If he was a private person, he would get the fuck off live when he's getting into it with me at my birthday dinner. If he was private, he would have stopped all of that shit instead of bringing our money when she's crying and feeling vulnerable in front of the camera and having her let people come up in the box and question her and have her sit there in tears and explain why she don't feel so good about herself. He would have got off live. He's not private unless it's convenient for him.
So wait, why if you feel this way, you still went to dinner with him and all the girls?
because I feel
I
like
meant to,
people's
I
karma,
meant to ask you that because I did mean
people's
to ask you that. I wanted to
people's
know.
karma is going to come. It ain't up to me to be the one to deliver that shit. Okay, I was mad and hating that nigga for a year and a half plus, and I just decided to get the fuck over it. So if I can go to dinner to meet up with some friends of mine and including him and do it for content or whatever, then I'll do that. It ain't nothing. Y'all act like I'm over here giving them nigga my pussy or I'm finna jump back in a relationship with this motherfucker. It's dinner. It's dinner.
But also, you said there might be a possibility of you and some of the other females behind the scenes working up something so you get your coins back. So,
I just said maybe.
okay, so that would just be just to keep a connection with the ladies and if they need it for content and things of that
No,
nature.
no, you reading too much into it.
Well, keep us updated and let us know what's going on because I hope you get your money back. No shade, I do. I don't know how, but I hope you do. I know you made some mistakes, but I do. That's a lot of fucking money. And you know how I felt about you with all of that, but I hope you get your coins back. They ain't taking away how I felt about you. I thought you was dumb as hell with a lot of shit you was doing, but I hope you get your coins back.
Thanks. It,
Child, this is a lot. Did y'all send my CA? Did y'all run my CA? Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Oh my, this is a lot. I'm not trying to be funny. And y'all can light me up as much as I want. I don't give a fuck. This is why I am and who I am. Cause it would be anybody else's live and they would take one side. I'm not gonna take one side. I'm gonna take some from here and some from here. I'm just getting all this information as I go along. So I am trying to be unbiased and put myself in his shoes. And I'm also putting myself in y'all's shoes. And I truly don't give a fuck because y'all want me to immediately go to he is this and that. He is this and that. I'm not going to. I'm going to hear some of his perspective. I'm going to hear some of y'all's perspective. I'm going to be mutual and unbiased. And that's going to upset y'all sometimes. Y'all not going to like it. I get it. I'm going to say some things that, that's why you love me and sometimes you hate me. I'm okay with it. I love y'all. I love y'all regardless.
Robert, that man is
And you can
manipulative.
feel like, wait a minute, you can feel like I'm mostly defended if you want to, and then some of y'all gonna feel like I said a whole bunch of shit that needed to be said. I'm not gonna kick you out if you feel like I'm a TKO lover and defender, and I'm not gonna kick you out if you feel like I'm a motherfucking TKO destroyer, bitch.
I'm not
Listen.
gonna say any of that
No, I
because
was
guess
just
what?
telling the people in the comments, because some of them were
I
like that.
believe you can take what you can use and leave the rest. That's just me. However, that motherfucker is manipulative. He's a mother. He seems to have a savior complex with these women because he get these women. He make them seem like he's just all of this, and he can fix them when he's the broken one. It's so fucking weird. That shit is weird to me, and the fact that I kind of feel like Armani is a part of it, but then again, I feel like she's trying to save herself. So how the fuck can she save somebody else when she can't do it her, save herself? You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I looked at the little video that he had, and he was saying how Armani just disappears and not fuck with him and this, that, and third. I think she's doing that so he don't fuck with her. She know that he gonna beat these bitches ass, but at least he's not on her. You get what I'm saying? She don't give a fuck at the end of the day.
Well, thank you, pipe down. Again, we allow everything here. I do already know this. I read this article about TKO with the guilty plea and the assault and battery and domestic abuse and the protective order. Yes, I read this before already, just so everyone was informed about this from before. I think I read it while we were discussing and talking, and that was 2011. Doesn't change anything, but I'm just letting it be very clear that I did highlight that. Most warrants, most batteries. Well, the thing about it is, oh Lord, here come Keith. Jesus. Lord in Christ, here come Keithus Jones.
I got 1,000 to your 100. Korea ain't going nowhere. Fuck it.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I think she's going right back. I give it less than 72 hours. I'll give it less than 72 fucking hours. What happened? He came. No shade. No shade. No shade. If this is number three is not, now that I believe three is not the lucky number here. He was just in her live. Yep. Go ahead.
Hey, one would say he's being a con artist, man. as he's actually conning these ladies into giving him money. And I want to say John Wayne is gay. I want
I
to
gotta
say that.
disagree with you fully there because when we look at it, we look at like the raffles.
Right,
Y'all like to say that people be scamming y'all, but a lot of y'all keep coming back. And if some of these women is coming back two, three, four times, then at this point it's not connery, it's comfortability.
but but if it's plenty of women saying that he's doing the same thing and he's agreeing that they're giving him money, yeah, of course we'll say he's being a con artist. Of course we'll say he's conning these women into giving him money and nothing's being done with the money. He's basically manipulating these women. Him
I mean,
and gay as John Wayne.
so I wish I could have that full on 1000% sentiment, but it's the same way when I look at some of these raffles. Yes.
Right,
So wait, it's not for all of them. For some of them at the beginning, when they're getting into a relationship and figuring out who he is and some of the things he does, I can see that perspective of what you're saying. But for the
right.
women who have been there two, three, four times and have maybe felt that way but continue coming back, I don't think he's scamming and conning them.
Yeah,
I think
yes.
this
And
is
see
just.
now the ones that keep coming back now they being real stupid. They might well say they John Wayne's sister.
Oh
That
Lord, all
monkey ass
right.
him.
The girl will be like, "Ooh, my raffle." I'd be like, "Girl, please, you get conned out the same raffle 50 times. Go ahead, baby."
Hey, Robert.
And
So I'm gonna ask you this: if you see me do something on video, can you deny it?
no,
Exactly, and that's the only reason why he admitted to hitting her, because we all seen him hit her with that milkshake, a smoothie bottle, whatever. See, you can see even when you did the live with Barbie, TKO, and Korea the other night, and there was a question about her arm, and he just kind of, if you have the video, he kind of nudged her so she wouldn't say nothing. Sometimes when you're in the moment and you're being
well,
abused, you have to you
once again, Sandra,
okay.
I have to be rigid
Yes.
with you guys, and we don't know if he was nudging her so she couldn't say anything. We don't know if he was nudging her so she couldn't say anything. We don't know if he was nudging her to say something. We don't know if he was nudging her because he wanted to get her attention. We don't know all of that. Now, mind you, I hear y'all. I'm with y'all. I am with y'all. I am with y'all. But
Uh-huh.
I cannot
I get
jump
it.
to, I can't do that, Sandra. I can't be with y'all and say he was doing this to do this. That doesn't mean that that's what it was. Because then what if he gets up here and says,
But
actually,
it doesn't mean it's not what it was either. It doesn't mean it's not what it was
that doesn't
either
mean
though,
that you're
Robert.
not right. That doesn't mean that you're not right either. But if he gets up here and says something
Right.
different and she says something different and it's not what it was, some of y'all still going to be like, nah, come on, you was doing that. And that's where I think his perspective is coming from. Why even get up here and explain certain things when if I do and the person that I was doing it with does, y'all still going to be like this and that. And I have to look at both sides because in our minds we're like, bitch, we know what it is. We see what it is. But that doesn't mean that's always what it is. And sometimes it is what it is. Sometimes y'all are on the money. So,
Mm-hmm. I just, there's a lot of women that have come out and said this. We seen Yetta. The other women, they don't want to speak on it. It's like a repeat behavior. And my opinion, he does it. So your opinion is you don't know till you get the receipts. And I get that too,
yeah.
Robert. I understand that
And
too.
you
But
know
if
what?
you've ever,
You
go
know what?
ahead, babe.
And you know what, Sandra? The thing is, I'm a receipts person on this app. But I will say, like,
Hmm.
in these scenarios, I don't want y'all to ever think that if you see something in real life or get an inkling that, and I'm saying this is with TK on this woman, I don't want y'all to ever think that I'm conveying the message that you need to see your friend getting her ass whooped or his ass whooped.
Oh
Because
no.
men hit women and
Hmm.
women hit men, and it goes anyway.
Absolutely.
So I don't want you guys to ever think that y'all need a receipt of someone getting banged up in front of you to ask questions or to insinuate to take action.
Interject.
Please
Hmm.
don't ever think that that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying here in this scenario for these
Right,
individuals,
because everybody knows Bigo is messy.
Bigo's messy, and
Lies come back.
a lot of people are on one side collectively, and immediately like,
Hmm.
bitch, this is what it is. And then we have the other side that's like, now hold up, this is what it is for me. So I'm in the middle, like, listen, there's certain things that I'm like, yeah, absolutely. One with common sense would see this. And then there's certain shit that I'm like, okay, I'm hearing this. This is what you actually said. This is what you actually meant. Well, you're the one who's involved in it, so I'm just going to take it for face value and try. That's all.
Yeah,
My
I understand, Rob. I mean, I understand, but I mean, if you've
Like a woman who's been abused, you can see the signs. So a lot of us women who might have been abused, we can see those
Yeah,
signs.
yeah, yeah.
But and maybe you've never been abused, so when we see it, we can tell it a mile away.
Absolutely,
So and
absolutely,
that's that on that.
absolutely.
So
Period.
I love you, baby.
I love you too.
Mwah.
Thank you, baby. There's my CA. If you want to send me a little,
Mm-hmm.
$5,000, you
Oh,
can
you
send
said
it.
request 1,000?
No,
Okay, here I
no,
come. I'm
you can.
finna request it.
No, you getting blocked on the CA. What's my thoughts on it? I'm gonna be honest with you. I have a mixed feelings. I do take the past criminal records. That doesn't mean people can't change. I do think that a reason why he's been private with a lot of these scenarios is because he has been physically abusive to some extent or verbally. Because if we saw it publicly, then I believe it's happened privately. I believe that for any abuser and any aggressor. So do I believe that he's put his hands? Not everybody request 1,000. You can't request, y'all. Do I believe that he's put his hands on any of these individuals? I do. That is an opinion. That is not a fact. Do I believe that he's been verbally aggressive or abusive? I do. That is not a fact. That is an opinion. Once again, that is an opinion, not a fact. Do I believe that everything is what it seems in terms of the interactions that he's having with all of these women? No. I do believe there are some women who willingly give him money. I do believe there are some women who willingly fall out and then try to present everything for storylines and clout and attention. I do believe that he possibly could structure things with certain ways where things could seem manipulative or could be worded certain ways. I believe that he does it not only to protect himself, but also protect the fact that he probably is doing some stuff with certain individuals that he's not supposed to be doing, like maybe putting their hands on them or taking their money or certain things. So I believe from all sides. But what I don't believe is that the man is just taking in all these fucking women and getting their coins and manipulating every single one and beating their motherfucking ass. What I don't believe is that every woman is up there having the hicky-dory wonderful life of living with TKO and building and making money together and throwing on him because they're not afraid he might smack the shit out of them if he doesn't give them what they want. That's what I believe. And y'all might be like, well, bitch, taking this little bit, that's just where I'm at. That's just where I'm at. Because once again, we are talking about be go. So we have to put in the fact that social media would be go. So some of these scenarios where you might think a woman is up here telling her motherfucking truth and being like, damn again, might be just another storyline. And then there might be somebody up there, a time where he's nudging the bitch in the background like, girl, you say something, I'll smack the shit out of you. Several things can be true at once, and several things can also be fabricated, stretched, and lied. And both can be happening at the same time. I just like to pinpoint and depict everything as I go through. I don't like to jump onto the bandwagon with the rest of y'all and immediately say, this is what it is. I'm leaving the wagon. Thank y'all for running up the CA. You know. Hold on. Go ahead, my love. I'm gonna open up the queue for y'all. You know my fucking name. You're in the queue, baby. Hello? She might not know. I'm gonna open it up for y'all to come on up each. I have to get changed really quick, but I'm gonna open up the thing. So please respect each other and you know manage the conversation and everybody to talk and for a minute or two and then move. Go ahead.
Robert, is you doing the raffle right now? How much a ticket cost? I sent it to the cash app. I thought we was doing the raffle right now.
No, baby, we're not doing a raffle, but you can send me about $50 on the CA if you like.
How many tickets I get for
You
$50?
get five tickets for $50, and for $60 you get three tickets. And then if you send $70 twice, five you get six, you get four tickets.
I thank you. I need my dollar.
All right, you can send it to the CA. Go ahead, baby.
All right. Hi, Robert. I was giving you a message because there's so many people in the text. Angelica's in her live right now, and she showed her surveillance camera on her house, and it showed 21 sliding up to her car, vandalizing her tires. You should line her and ask her what that's about.
I ain't lying to her at this point, girl. You know what? That they perfect for it. Shit, I don't care enough. That's what they all get.
Robert, I got a question. So, well, I got a question, Steven. But listen, am I tripping, or did you not show a video before of TKO kind of like clotheslining career and
I
dragging
did,
her
and
down to the floor,
Korea and him
punching
came
her?
up. I did, and Korea and him came up and said they was playing.
Okay, okay, okay. All right.
Now
The
we
next
might
thing,
think
right?
differently, but I mean, what?
Okay, okay. Anyway, the next thing, right? So it was a girl that was up here a little while ago or whatever like that, and she had a point, right? She was saying like, Armani really just don't give a fuck. Like, I think she got a point because like, if it ain't on you, then shit, let it be on the next bitch if they willing to suffer for the shit. I mean, think about it like this, right? If you was getting your ass beat long before these bitches came, and you was getting slutted out, pimped, and all this other shit before these bitches came, now that it is on the next bitch shit. If they willing to allow that shit, shit, I don't give a fuck. It ain't me. I'm getting y'all money. Now I'm over here. I'm in the safe zone. That's how she feel. That's how I think she feel. I'm just saying. But yeah, it definitely ain't no shade to that girl because she real pretty. But hey.
Right? He don't put that girl so down to the
This person. Hey Robert, how are you doing? I'm doing good. Go ahead, up. I just wanted to read something real quick for you guys Hmm. on behalf of what Yetta just said. Honestly, Yetta, to be honest, I don't have girl, you need to focus on getting that money back because you have all rights to it because technically even though you did not sign a contract for what you just described, in Hmm. any court of law you could beat it because what you just described is an obligational contract, which is an obligation of contracts, which refers the legal duty of contracting parties to Hmm. fulfill the promise specified in their contract. So if he said that the money was for a house and he didn't fulfill that, girl, you have all means to get back your money. Any court of law will see that that shit is not a gift. There's many videos of him on Beagle admitting that the money is for a house. So what you need to do, girl, is not focus on coming up here and responding, but girl, you need to go get you a lawyer and get back that money. A good lawyer who is going to take the time like I did to pick up that little code, criminal code, and bring it in front of a court and a judge and get you your money. And on top of it, girl, you might fuck around and he's gonna have to pay for that lawyer on top of it. So go ahead and go get back your money and make him pay for your lawyer fees. That's a perspective.
What's up? What's up? All I got to say, what the fuck is tea time? Like he's England or from London? Tea time, tea time. What the fuck? Like he's sipping on tea, got his pinky finger like a bitch ass nigga. Nigga, you American nigga. Grow the fuck up. Stop putting on all that fake hair and them eyelashes and the contacts. You know, with your Caesar's complex.
Okay. Go ahead. Yes, ID number. Go ahead.
Okay, so y'all, I think all y'all tripping about that lawyer shit. Like, listen, at the end of the day, she can take him to court all she want, okay? Nothing from nothing is nothing. Y'all are fucking tripping. Everybody's sitting here and everybody's saying he don't have nothing, he broke, all this other shit. The women are even telling y'all he don't got shit. Y'all, he's the only person that ever came up here and said, yeah, I'm handling everything. I got shit. Nothing from nothing is nothing. What the fuck is she gonna get? Listen, if you ever get into a car crash, no, for real, y'all, if you ever get into a car crash or anything of that nature and you try to sue the person, if the person doesn't have what you're going for, what the fuck are they gonna pay you? What are they gonna pay you?
But you could garnish shit, can't you?
No, that's not a business. What the fuck?
What are you gonna get?
Mm.
They're gonna owe you for life. Just like when you go to a hospital and you accrue so many bills. You, what are you are you gonna pay that bill from the hospital?
No, I don't know.
It, it's a lot of people that have hospital bills that don't get paid.
Well,
Hey,
They're not gonna garnish nothing. He's not a business or anything like.
Hey, Robert, just a Hello. quick, hi, thank you for letting me up. I just wanted to say this really quickly. It really bothered me. I was just appalled at the fact that TK all got up here and tried to victimize a victim of domestic violence by telling her that what she heard Korea say was in fact, he questioned whether or not what she received and what she processed Korea said as being her truth. Of course, it's her truth. You can't tell her how to process information that she just heard come out of Korea's mouth. And the mere fact that he couldn't convince her that what she heard was her truth, that's when he became defensive and started talking at her instead of to her. And that's the first sign of a master manipulator, trying to talk her out of what she actually is understanding to be the truth that she received from Korea's mouth, no one else. And we don't have to create a narrative for him. He's gone live time after time after time after time, and we've seen his girls in tears, his girls complaining, his girls in chokeholds, his girls with fat lips, and his girls bruised up. That's Mm, enough. mm.
Okay, so I just came back here to reply to what that girl said. First of all, honey, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but girl, it's not child support. It's not the same. It's not like they're gonna look at your income to see how much she's gonna receive a month's time. You're suing somebody for a settlement. So Robert is right. They will definitely garnish you. They will suspend his license. He won't be able to use his passport, and he will be in debt together. Make it worse, he just came up here and admitted that he is the breadwinner of his family and that he gets his money from Beagle. So this right here alone would be another exhibit in the case for the fact that he does make money, and the court will subpoena him to bring in
Well,
what he makes off of Beagle.
can I ask you something? Can I ask you something? Because when we even hear about that, we look at the scenario with Keith Jones and the girls who have tried to, get Keith, their.
Can y'all hear?
Sorry,
Oh, oh,
sorry.
you back?
When we
Okay,
yeah
go ahead.
when we look at the scenario with Keith Jones and the girls say they take him to court, and we've seen them with
Mm-hmm.
him in court, and they say, well, what do you make, Keith? And Keith says nothing, and they say, well, what is your income? And he says, I don't have any, Your Honor, and all that scenario, and they haven't been able to get anything out of him as well. Would this be kind of the same scenario where it's like, you're trying to get whatever, but there's nothing to garnish? Remember, we were
But
talking
I
about
would feel
child
like not
support.
necessarily.
We were talking about
I would
child
feel like
support.
not necessarily, because you have to remember child support is also based on your income. This is something that has been given to you and we're trying to get back. It's like a difference. It's not you providing for somebody based on what you can provide. This is you took something from me and we had a legal contract for to fulfill and you were unable to fulfill the contract. So because you were unable to fulfill the contract because you lack capacity to do so, that means that I have to take it out. That wouldn't make sense in the court of law. If that's how the judicial system is set up, it makes absolutely no sense. Okay, well, I'm just gonna say this quick. I just feel like she should at least try to get back her money, and because that L, I'm sorry, I couldn't take no L like that. Period. I would try, and that's just it.
Go ahead, Barbie.
Okay, to pick it back off of what you said or whatever, that is true. Um you can say that person don't have income, but with child support, I don't know about regular court, but I know with child support, let's just say a person go in there, a man go in there and say he don't have no type of income. If you take if you get clips, videos, pictures, proof that he is bringing in income, they will make him pay. So those girls ain't on their jobs with Pastor, cause they definitely can get child support from him if they take their info in to the court.
All right. Thank you, love.
Hey, honey. Look, I don't know nothing about all that, but what I do know, she was speaking on
if you crash into somebody's car and you don't have no money that you can't get paid, that's a whole lie. What happens is you take the person to court, and whether they have money or not, the judge will give you a judgment. And what happens is they garnish their wages. Anytime you think you finna go out there and work a job, I get a check from the court in the mail.
That's
Anytime
true.
you think you're gonna get income taxes, I get that check in the mail. So yeah, you can think you can go out here and crash into somebody and ain't gonna have to pay them. You're wrong.
Hmm. All right. Thank y'all. Y'all just fill up the CA. Um, listen. Honey. Oh shit.
Yeah, but who was pregnant? And
Huh?
who is this? Who in your background?
Girl, read the room. Um, can y'all hear me? So what was I about to say? Listen. I don't know. I think the reason why some of y'all are so strongly, besides everything going, I think some of y'all have followed, what's going on with TKO and them people for a very long time. So you're very, as you should be, entitled to what you've seen and responsive off of that. And some of us have gone through domestic violence and verbal and physical abuse and can tell the signs. And once again, I want to be very clear. I'm not disputing anyone's feelings. I'm not disputing anyone's opinions. Not disputing anyone's truths from what they've seen. I just try to take, I would never want to be someone who is being accused of something from scenarios or taken from something from my past and immediately put something on. I want a fair trial based off of what people have seen recently. You know what I'm saying? I want a fair trial off of what people have seen. And that's why I look at these scenarios with these females and include social media and bruising and conversations and accountability and actions on both sides. That's all. But I hope that, y'all enjoy the live and some of the conversation we've had here today. And just please remember, please, don't use these things to discourage you. If you see something, say something. Uh, if you see something, say something, speak up. It's never too late to interject or intervene. It's never too late to ask questions. You could save a life. Thank you guys for coming in and chilling. There is my CA up there. If y'all wanted to throw me a little something, I reached my tier. I appreciate y'all for coming in and being open. And I know this was a little upsetting for some of us. Y'all might curse me the fuck out. If you see something, say something. No, no dead ass. If you see someone being abused verbally, physically, anything of that nature, and you got that feeling in your gut and you know what's going on, say something. Don't be, it's never too late. Once again, this is Bigo, and we know there's a lot of moving parts that interject with all of this. But if you know something's going on with someone in real life, or you know something's happening, and you can make a change, do something. Say something. Don't let this be an example of how the world should be. That's all. I'm going to the gym for my second time. I do 2 a days. So I love y'all down. Thank you for sending any in the CA. It doesn't hurt to speak up. It's not considered snitching or whatever we feel. Exactly. It is not a stipulation. It's not snitching. It's not, you know, um, airing somebody out. Any of those. 2 days means go to the gym 2 times a day, in the morning, in the afternoon, certain days. So just know that. Not you still got roaches. I love y'all down. And thank y'all for being on live with me today and being open to chat with me about this. I know I pissed some of y'all off. And some of it that sometimes doing what I do, I hate that I have to be optimistic. Because I wish I could just be like, nah, nigga, you did that. Nah, man, you're lying. But I can't. I can't. Because if I did that, people wouldn't feel comfortable enough to come over and have a conversation with me. You know? Huh? So I can't be like that. I wish it was all so easy, but it's not. So I love y'all down. Thank y'all for dealing with me. And y'all have a good night. There's my CA right up there.
I'll talk with y'all soon.